for Sheldon Carter with Iron Creek Homes and C7 Realty.
Come find your forever home at Regato Ranch.
And go Wildcats!
Founded by Jesse and Amy McCracken, Rural Pest Solutions is a Cashion-based, family-owned and operated company. Our focus is on providing the highest level of customer service while effectively treating many common invaders, including spiders, ants, roaches, mice, mosquitoes, fleas, ticks, and termites. Flexible scheduling and superior customer service are our top priority. Call us today to schedule your appointment. 405-283-6565.
For 31 years and counting, Community State Bank has taken great pride in being your hometown bank. With branches located in Cashion, Dover, and Hennessy, CSB strives to reflect the small-town hospitality these communities are known for. Our friendly staff is here to serve you and provide one of the best banking experiences around, equipping our customers with the latest in banking technology combined with a personal, down-home relationship. Come into one of our local branches or visit us at www.mycsb.com. Community State Bank, small-town banking, the way it should be. Member FDIC.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers.
Talk about a win-win.
Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Cashion FBC is a church seeking to grow in Christ and our love for the body of Christ. With ministries from children to youth to adults, we strive to present the gospel in an engaging and meaningful way. Sunday school meets at 9:45 a.m. and worship starts at 11 a.m. Children and youth meet on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Please check our website at cashionfbc.org for more information. We hope to see you this Sunday, located a half-mile east of Cashion.
Looking for a solution to your water well problem or just needing a new well drilled? Western Drilling does water well drilling and repair. They are experts in pumping system installation, troubleshooting, and repair. Western Drilling works with domestic, ag, and irrigation wells. Give them a call today and explore all the solutions. Western Drilling supports Cashion High School. Go Wildcats!
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
For more than 100 years, Oklahoma Career Tech has been training skilled and dedicated individuals, giving clear career paths to over 90,000 graduates a year. These individuals are the heartbeat of the Oklahoma workforce, serving thousands of companies, fueling this state's economy. Oklahoma is powered by Career Tech.
Ranch.
And go Wildcats!
Founded by Jesse and Amy McCracken, Rural Pest Solutions is a Cashion-based, family-owned and operated company. Our focus is on providing the highest level of customer service while effectively treating many common invaders, including spiders, ants, roaches, mice, mosquitoes, fleas, ticks, and termites. Flexible scheduling and superior customer service are our top priority. Call us today to schedule your appointment. 405-283-6565.
For 31 years and counting, Community State Bank has taken great pride in being your hometown bank. With branches located in Cashion, Dover, and Hennessy, CSB strives to reflect the small-town hospitality these communities are known for. Our friendly staff is here to serve you and provide one of the best banking experiences around, equipping our customers with the latest in banking technology combined with a personal, down-home relationship. Come into one of our local branches or visit us at www.mycsb.com. Community State Bank, small-town banking, the way it should be. Member FDIC.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Cashion FBC is a church seeking to grow in Christ and our love for the body of Christ. With ministries from children to youth to adults, we strive to present the gospel in an engaging and meaningful way. Sunday school meets at 9:45 a.m. and worship starts at 11 a.m. Children and youth meet on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Please check our website at cashionfbc.org for more information. We hope to see you this Sunday, located a half-mile east of Cashion.
Looking for a solution to your water well problem or just needing a new well drilled? Western Drilling does water well drilling and repair. They are experts in pumping system installation, troubleshooting, and repair. Western Drilling works with domestic, ag, and irrigation wells. Give them a call today and explore all the solutions. Western Drilling supports Cashion High School. Go Wildcats!
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
For more than 100 years, Oklahoma Career Tech has been training skilled and dedicated individuals, giving clear career paths to over 90,000 graduates a year. These individuals are the heartbeat of the Oklahoma workforce, serving thousands of companies, fueling this state's economy. Oklahoma is powered by Career Tech.
Presenting Regato Ranch, located within the Cashion School District and offering homebuyers the experience of small town charm with the modern world of shopping, dining, and healthcare just minutes away. Situated east of Highway 74, Regato Ranch boasts 1-acre home sites with privacy and ample space to retire or raise a family.
To build your next home from the ground up or to inquire about new properties currently for sale, contact Brandon or Shannon Cotter with Iron Creek Homes and C7 Realty.
Come find your forever home at Regato
405-283-6565.
For 31 years and counting, Community State Bank has taken great pride in being your hometown bank. With branches located in Cashion, Dover, and Hennessy, CSB strives to reflect the small-town hospitality these communities are known for. Our friendly staff is here to serve you and provide one of the best banking experiences around, equipping our customers with the latest in banking technology combined with a personal, down-home relationship. Come into one of our local branches or visit us at www.mycsb.com. Community State Bank, small-town banking, the way it should be. Member FDIC.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Cashion FBC is a church seeking to grow in Christ and our love for the body of Christ. With ministries from children to youth to adults, we strive to present the gospel in an engaging and meaningful way. Sunday school meets at 9:45 a.m. and worship starts at 11 a.m. Children and youth meet on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Please check our website at cashionfbc.org for more information, and we hope to see you this Sunday, located a half-mile east of Cashion.
Looking for a solution to your water well problem or just needing a new well drilled? Western Drilling does water well drilling and repair. They are experts in pumping system installation, troubleshooting, and repair. Western Drilling works with domestic, ag, and irrigation wells. Give them a call today and explore all the solutions. Western Drilling supports Cashion High School. Go Wildcats!
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
Good evening and welcome to an extra special Thursday night edition of Cashion Wildcat Football on Cashion Wildcat TV. I'm Neiman Ababi bringing you tonight's action along with my man Chris Gibson, and we appreciate you guys joining us as the Cashion Wildcats 2-4 on the season, taking on intra-district foe, the Christian Heritage Crusaders at 2-5, and what's going to be what we'll talk about all night, an extra important game as we think about district play. Chris, welcome to the mic, the booth, all that. Better than Watonga on top of the press box, huh?
Hey, all around better than what we had set up at Watonga from where we were located and the person setting up the equipment.
Stop it.
From me to you, it's night and day. So we appreciate you being back on the mic and here to help set up, and you're very appreciated.
No, love it, absolutely. So the Wildcats, big winners last week. They won 19-13 against Watonga. In that game, the Wildcats had a great defensive performance. We had multiple interceptions. I think Max Higdon had 2 interceptions. There may have been a fumble recovery. The Wildcats had a goal line stand at the end of the game. Chris, defense showed out that night.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, it started at the very beginning of that game with big interception, get the ball back in the hands of the Wildcats. And then before the end of that first half, Max has the pick six that kind of sprung the Wildcats to the lead, and just held on by the toenails all the way to the end, and then you wind up having to have that goal line stand to win the ball game. And it was a great game. I mean, competitive game. The second half was just kind of like, what are we doing a few times? But they competed. They got through some adversity. They came away with the victory.
Yeah, so it looked like Timmy Jones was the offensive man of the hour. The junior had 19 carries for 101 yards, 2 TDs. Timmy was fantastic. Ethan Waswo, 7 for 29, 108 yards. Not probably one of his better days as a quarterback. Had an interception. And it was Max Higdon. We talked about him. 4 receptions. He had a key catch that got the Wildcats down inside the red zone. He did have those 2 interceptions, a pick 6. And it was old Tommy Branson, the senior, Mr. Vice President of Business Professionals of America, Mr. Do-It-All, Student Council, everything, had 7 tackles for the Wildcats. So certainly a team effort as the Wildcats, again, move at 2-4 and 1-1 in district play.
Yeah, and you look at that, and you only see 169 yards rushing in that game, but Timmy Jones was the man in that game running the football, behind those linemen that were really giving him some room to run. But whenever he was running hard and just carrying people, I love whenever he gets the ball in his hand and there's room to make something happen, because he is going to run hard. He's going to come downhill, and that's going to be something big tonight that I think is going to be very important to get a victory from the CHA. What is that? Crusaders.
The Crusaders.
Right?
I always want to say the Chargers, but it's the Crusaders.
Just talking about that last game, I want to give props to Timmy and how he ran in that game. I know Max had the big interceptions, pick 6, and we had that defensive goal line stand. But, man, Timmy Jones running the ball last week, I think, was a big part of that victory.
Yeah, I love it. And Timmy will be running a little extra hard today for his family. So with that, again, the Wildcats moved to 2-4. And this is a weird district scenario, A3. There's only 6 teams, right? So that could be a benefit because 4 of the 6 get in. But again, if you drop one, that's extremely important loss. You got to win every game. And with the Wildcats right now 1-1 in district. Is it 1-1? Did we get that?
1-1.
1-1
and
Watauga.
CHA.
And
Watauga, and then tonight.
So then tonight with CHA, we have got Hinton and then Crescent. Wildcats, every game is vital.
Pretty much right here, it is a play-in game. I mean, if you win this ball game tonight, you are in the playoffs with our record right now. I don't see a scenario that would be, if we lost this game where we could get back in if we didn't win another game. If we win tonight, I don't see a scenario where we don't get in. So it's very important. CHA and Cashion are kind of right here. We both have had a win. No, CHA hadn't had a win, but they haven't played Watauga yet.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, just looking at film and everything else and us beating Watauga, I'm thinking that's going to be a competitive game for CHA. So if we take care of business tonight, go up and beat CHA, then we're going to make it into the playoffs, because even if they surprise somebody and get a victory, we'll have the tiebreaker over them.
Yeah, love it. All right, well, appreciate you guys joining us here on Cashion Wildcats TV, again, powered by Squirtle. Really appreciate all of our fantastic sponsors. You'll see those guys in the bottom right corner. They make this free of charge. If you'd like to be an advertiser with Cashion Wildcats and be a part of the 750,000 folks of the last 5 years that have been a part of this awesome experience, feel free to reach out to Coach Shack or Coach Hardaway, or you can go to CashionWildcats.tv. You can check up top on the top. You'll see a red advertise button, and you'll see all the different options. We are just getting started. While we had cross country and softball, we've got football, and we'll be moving. Once basketball season starts, we're going to be on just about every night from that situation. So, again, a big shout-out. And speaking of shout-outs, how about our state champion 2A competitive cheer, Cashion Wildcat Cheer Squad, led by Amber Hobgood and Casey Williams. They were the bridesmaids for so many years, and they finally, not only did they take the gold, they absolutely crushed it in terms of scoring, et cetera. So big shout-out to them.
They are
That's right.
double state champions, because they also won the academic state championship for the competitive cheer. So they were the competitive cheer state champions and academic. So, I mean, great accomplishment for the girls. And it's like long time coming, like you said. They've been runner-up, I don't know how many times, maybe 3 or 4 times. And so finally get over that hump and get the win is very, I mean, I was talking to Avery Cotter's mom, and they were just like, that's awesome, because, there's a lot of hard work into it all over the last few years. And so to finally see those kids get there, it's a great accomplishment for them.
Yeah, fantastic. And I don't see them going anywhere anytime soon. The squad has a lot of seniors, but definitely young. It's a big team, and certainly primed for another run with game day events, as well as what's going up here in the future. Well, we have roughly, if you can tell by our scoreboard, we've got a running clock, I think, or we don't. Actually, it stopped. No, it's running on my end. Is it running on your end?
Running.
Okay, all right. We've got a new scoreboard that we're working on with today. We'll be tracking timeouts, first down and distance, as well as the time. We'll probably time thing will be an experiment for us. We'll see how that goes, But again, we appreciate Corey Rogers and, again, all the guys at Squirtle. And we want a big shout-out to Jackson Drake working the laptop producing for us today, as well as Gage Beddick on the camera and Maddox Gibson up top.
Does the scoreboard, is it going to tell you first down and distance?
Yeah, it's going to be up to our man Jackson Drake.
Let's go, Jackson. So that's what I'm talking about.
Jackson will have that. So he's got the best view of the scoreboard. So we'll see if he can get that. We'll try to figure out the clock. We'll see how it goes. But again, this is, again, the part of the promise of the Squirtle platform and trying to kind of up everything we have going. We've got about 6:35. Let's take a quick time out. Jackson, if you want to bring us to commercial, we'll take a couple minutes, pay some bills, and be right back. Cashion Wildcats TV.
For more than 100 years, Oklahoma Career Tech has been training skilled and dedicated individuals, giving clear career paths to over 90,000 graduates a year. These individuals are the heartbeat of the Oklahoma workforce, serving thousands of companies, fueling this state's economy. Oklahoma is powered by Career Tech.
Presenting Regato Ranch, located within the Cashion School District and offering homebuyers the experience of small town charm with the modern world of shopping, dining, and healthcare just minutes away. Situated east of Highway 74, Regato Ranch boasts 1-acre home sites with privacy and ample space to retire or raise a family.
To build your next home from the ground up or to inquire about new properties currently for sale, contact Brandon or Shannon Cotter with Iron Creek Homes and C7 Realty.
Come find your forever home at Regato Ranch.
And go Wildcats!
Founded by Jesse and Amy McCracken, Rural Pest Solutions is a Cashion-based, family-owned and operated company. Our focus is on providing the highest level of customer service while effectively treating many common invaders, including spiders, ants, roaches, mice, mosquitoes, fleas, ticks, and termites. Flexible scheduling and superior customer service are our top priority. Call us today to schedule your appointment.
Or visit us at www.mycsb.com. Community State Bank, small town banking, the way it should be. Member FDIC.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Cashion.
All right, welcome back to Cashion Wildcats TV. Name Bobby, Chris Gibson bringing you tonight's Thursday night action as the Cashion Wildcats here on Maxon Field welcome the Christian Heritage Crusaders led by Coach Joel Franks. The Christian Heritage Crusaders, again, 2-5 on the season. They're 0-2, I believe, in district with losses, actually 0-3 to Hinton, 35-7, a loss to Crescent, 34-14, and a loss to Minco, 37-7. The Wildcats looking here to get their second district win after losing at home to Minco, but going on the road last Friday night to get that 19-13 victory over the Watonga Eagles. Wildcats, again, welcome the Christian Heritage Crusaders. And, Chris, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time, but we do have to, maybe think about what happened last year on the road, where that was probably one of the craziest games we've ever broadcasted in terms of just sheer
I
silliness.
thought about going back and hashing out what all happened so I could talk about. Then I thought, there is no need. There is no need. It was just a debacle. That's what I called it last year, and that's what I'll call it right now. It was a debacle as far as the officiating. And we can't say that would have changed anything of the outcome.
Right.
But it was a big factor in how that game played out. And that right there is motivation enough for the Cashion Wildcats to go, hey, they still won from us last year. They feel like they still won from us last year, to just kind of have a little extra chip on your shoulder coming into this ballgame tonight.
I would hope. Again, a lot of those guys are gone that played in that game last year. But I would hope at least the coaches might have that. And, and we'll talk about it. We can't, we don't believe any referee goes out to, do harm to the game. There's never a time where we feel like that there's something underhanded going on. But we do know there is a shortage of officials. That's why we're playing on a Thursday night tonight. And a lot of times, in situations, it is what it is. And so we just happen to be the recipient of a series, multiple series of some bad calls and multiple situations that certainly just didn't go our way. For some odd reason, Chris, our signal's going in and out. Not sure what's happening there, but hopefully that's not affecting what's happening online for you guys. So if we think about the game tonight, Chris, if we think about what's happening with, again, players to watch, Jackson, if you want to pull up that screen, who do you have for us to take a look at tonight?
Yeah, number 8, Dylan French, sophomore quarterback. He's going to be a kid that's can sling it. He's got enough wheels to get out there and run, make things happen. You got to keep him contained or he's going to really kind of burn you. That's the thing right now. But he's a young kid, too.
Yep, sophomore.
CHA's kind of in the same boat we are where they really have only about 3 seniors that start for them. I think they have more than that on the roster, but not many. And, last year I feel like when we were there, we were there on their senior night, and I feel like there was 25 seniors. And so they had a huge class last year of seniors that graduated. This year they're down to, not many. I mean, like I said, there's only about 3 that really start and get a bunch of playing time. And so they're a lot like us as far as the age discrepancies and having a young team. I think they have a few more upperclassmen as far as juniors and stuff that are in there. But you see number 8, Dylan French, going to be out there lining up starting quarterback. And but don't let that fool you. He's still a good, formidable opponent and can really burn you if you don't keep him contained. And then you got 14, Caleb Gideon, junior linebacker, running back. And this kid is just a big, strong kid.
Yep.
And if he gets past, that front 7 and he gets out there with our young defensive backs and young safeties, he could wreak havoc. I mean, he's one of those kids that can break tackles, get off people, get people off of him, and eat up yardage really fast. So I want to see the Cashion Wildcats really thump him, come up, put a helmet on him and just make him know that or think about wanting to carry that football, because he's gonna do it to them. I mean, he's not afraid of contact. He's not afraid to get out there and lay a lick. And if you can just put a helmet on him, put a body on him a few times, maybe that will kind of slow him down. But he's a big kid that's going to be able to break tackles, and if he gets out there on the edge or in the secondary, it could be dangerous for the Cashion Wildcats.
All right. So, hey, listen, great breakdown in terms of players to watch, Chris. Let's make sure and take a look at our signal here. I'm not sure why this is happening for us today, but
we may just have to use the
technology. So we'll go to a quick commercial. Hang tight. We'll be right back with Chris's keys to the game and prediction. Be right back.
BC is a church seeking to grow in Christ and our love for the body of Christ. With ministries from children to youth to adults, we strive to present the gospel in an engaging and meaningful way. Sunday school meets at 9:45 a.m. and worship starts at 11 a.m. Children and youth meet on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Please check our website at cashionfbc.org for more information, and we hope to see you this Sunday, located a half-mile east of Cashion.
Looking for a solution to your water well problem or just needing a new well drilled? Western Drilling does water well drilling and repair. They are experts in pumping system installation, troubleshooting, and repair. Western Drilling works with domestic, ag, and irrigation wells. Give them a call today and explore all the solutions. Western Drilling supports Cashion High School. Go Wildcats!
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
For more than 100 years, Oklahoma Career Tech has been training skilled and dedicated individuals, giving clear career paths to over 90,000 graduates a year. These individuals are the heartbeat of the Oklahoma workforce, serving thousands of companies, fueling this state's economy. Oklahoma is powered by Career Tech.
Neiman and Bobby, Chris Gibson bringing tonight's action as the Cashion Wildcats 2-4 taking on the 2-5 Christian Heritage Crusaders. On the field, we have the fantastic Cashion Wildcat Marching Band. Well, they'll be playing the national anthem as well as the Cashion fight song. So we'll bring it over to the bring it over in full volume on the camera. Thanks so much. Country, entire galaxy. Great job there by the Cashion Wildcat Band. As they get into the state song here, we'll definitely get you back and going. And so, Chris, again, Wildcats in a situation here where it's a must-win. We think about keys to the game. From your perspective, what do you have for us here for a Cashion Wildcat victory?
Yeah, the first thing that I think is going to be just key to this game to get to Wildcat victory is just ground and pound. I want to see the Cashion Wildcats. We saw it a little bit in the game against Watonga, just like I talked about, Timmy Jones just running the heck out of the football. I think if we can get Timmy Jones with the ball in his hand, get those boys up front that are big, strong kids, giving him some holes, we can run the ball tonight. And if we can run the ball, we can control the clock, and that's going to be a huge part of what we're going to have to do to make sure that we win this ball game. Then, number 2, gang tackle. I've said it time and time again this year. It's so important to fly to the football and gang tackle because when you're young, you're inexperienced, a lot of times you may be smaller. We're not as physical because we're so young. Fly to the football, though, hold them, and you have to have kids flying to the football to help join you and tackle and gang tackle and bring those kids down, especially tonight with number 14, big, strong kid, Caleb Gideon. Big, strong kid. It's going to take more than one person to bring him down.
Yeah, but before you go into that, I think that was the key. I was watching a little bit on that 97-yard run. You know, that was a deal where, you know, there was 3 individual hits by Cashion Wildcats, no gang tackling, and, oh, by the way, he runs 97 yards for a touchdown. That was a backbreaker, and that was almost, in essence, a 14-point swing for the Wildcats.
Yeah, because we had first and goal from, like, the 1-yard line, don't get in, and then you give them the ball back, and then 2 plays later they score a touchdown. So, yeah, fly to the football, gang tackle, come in, swarm, and make sure that the guy goes down. Last key to the game tonight is going to be field position. We have not been good, I guess is what is just good words to say on field position. I mean, our special teams, which Shaq was up here the other night, we were talking about special teams, and he's just like, you know, we don't have the time to really focus on the special teams like we should, and it shows. I mean, holy cow, like I think, what's our average starting field position, do you think, for us?
For us, it's probably inside the 20-yard line.
Inside the 20.
Yeah.
And then for our opponents, it's probably starting about the 50.
It is midfield, yeah.
And so that right there, when you only have to go 50 yards compared to us having to go 80,
right,
that's a massive difference.
Yeah.
And so tonight, let's try to win that field position. I don't know if they've made a point to work on that a little bit more. But with the young kids that we have, I think Shaq and the rest of the coaching staff they're more focused on let's make sure we're lined up right on offense and defense. But, I mean, that goes to show you how important special teams is in this football. All 3 facets of the game have to be good to have a really good football team. And right now, our special teams aren't that great, and the field position is what is hurt by that. And so hopefully tonight we'll have a little bit better field position and be able to start better on offense and give our defense a little bit better chance because, man, when your defense is out there and they're starting at the 50-yard line, it's just a mental thing. If you can start them back closer to the 30, closer to the 20, it's just going to be a lot better feel, and I think that's going to be a huge part of this football game tonight.
Well, I'll take it. So, again, the parts are there for the Wildcats. Again, the parts in terms of gang tackling and the pieces in terms of the run game. We talked about Timmy Jones. Definitely if you want to talk about rushing, right behind him is Ethan Waswa as a quarterback. He's kept it, and when we've done well in our 2 wins, he's run the ball well as well. And Timmy Jones leads the team with 44 rushes for 196 yards, 3 TDs. He's averaging almost 5 yards a carry as a junior with his first time, running the football. Behind him, Ethan Waswo has 52 carries for 142 yards. It's tough because he's got to take sacks, in those situations. He also has 3 TDs. But the third guy a lot of times that we don't mention, and maybe we might start seeing a little bit more of, is Caleb Duran, the junior, number 44. He's had 18 carries for 73 yards. He's also right around 4 yards. He's right over 4 yards a carry on the season. So, I know Shaq he's implemented that double-headed monster kind of double look there in terms of running backs. Hopefully maybe we can see that as part of the ground and pound and control, and maybe control a little bit of field position as well, getting a few first downs from that perspective.
You said two-headed monster, but it's really three-headed monster with Ethan running
as
much as he does. I mean, and the thing is like between Ethan, Timmy, and Caleb, there's some big boys. I mean, they're big, strong kids, and this year they're juniors. Timmy and Caleb are juniors, and so next year they're going to be bigger, stronger. It's going to be fun to watch them running the ball next year, and then Ethan, he's just going to be a massive kid as he continues to grow. But tonight, I want to see those three with a lot of run yards, and if we can keep up and really ride Timmy and Caleb and continue to get 4+ yards a carry average, I mean, that's all you need, right? I mean, 4+ yards a carry, that's first down.
Yeah, you only need 3 downs to do that. Yeah, absolutely. In terms of rounding out season averages for the Wildcats, again, Wildcats led, of course, by Ethan Waswa at quarterback, 47 for 119, 498 yards, around 40% completion, and that's going to happen when you have a first-time starter as a sophomore.
Well, that coupled with a lot of young receivers.
Drops, this and that, and in situations. He has 2 touchdowns on the season to 8 interceptions. Receiving, Max Higdon is the leader on the team, 43 receptions, the junior with 249 yards, 1 TD, averaging 16 yards per catch. And right behind him, love seeing Drew Westerhoff. He's been a great stopgap for the Wildcats. He's come in big on some, finding the open spot in the zone and making some good, reliable catches. He has 30 catches for 131 yards.
Last week, Westerhoff, he ran, I think it was like a little jet sweep or something. Yeah. He got the ball out of the backfield, and Watauga had some big boys up front, and I don't know how Westerhoff, he had 2 of those dudes hanging on him one time and still carried them about 3 yards. Tishner and I were just like, I don't know how that physically happened, but that's how hard of a runner and how just scrappy of a kid he is, and it's fun to watch him.
Yeah, a little pocket Hercules out of Drew Westerhoff there. Grayson Davis, the other notable receiver, the freshman, 18 catches, 71 yards, 1 touchdown. Averages about 8 a catch. And then on the defensive side, you talked about it. The name Duran and Jones should ring out for you. Those guys manning the middle of the Coach Wood's defense. Caleb Duran leads with 30 tackles. Timmy Jones with 22. Right behind them, Austin Compton. Little surprise there as a sophomore coming in at 16 tackles, and Drew Westerhoff for 14. We do have the captains out for the Christian Heritage Crusaders. Again, it looks like they're going to be in all whites, white helmets, white tops, and white pants. Good clean look here. I don't mind the red, white, and blue look at all. Definitely prefer the maroon and gold. But captains for the Crusaders, number 11, Tate Campbell, junior wide receiver DB. Number 33, that is Bryce Graham, the senior running back, linebacker. And I believe number 12, that is junior wide receiver Gabe Holshauser. Holshauser, is that what we're going to go with?
Yep.
All right, the Wildcats.
Sounds great.
Back in black, going all black top, black bottoms with gold, with the with the gold helmets. We've got again our 5 captains: Caden Seeley, Max Higdon. We've got Timmy Jones, Tommy Branson, the lone senior, and then junior Caleb Duran out there as the referees. And what do we say about our referees all the time?
Hey guys, these referees, man, we sure appreciate them coming out. We are so shorthanded just across the state on officials, and that's why we're playing on a Thursday night. So, we couldn't have these games without them. You can't have the games without somebody to enforce the rules and just get out here and let them compete. So we appreciate the officials. We don't always agree with the call.
This is Homer television.
This is Homer television. And we have a great view up here, so we can see everything a lot better, right?
We can. That's exactly right.
But again, we appreciate the heck out of these officials. And if you ever watch this and think you can do any better, call the OSSAA, and they will definitely get you a striped shirt and a whistle and get you
well,
out there.
You have to buy that on your own, but yes, they'll give you the book. They'll give you the book to take the test. That's for sure. But
at this point, I'm surprised they're not like, we'll buy some whistles. For
and some orange slices and some diet sodas. Yeah, absolutely. So. With our man, Silky Smooth Chad Tishner on the PA. Want a big shout out to Chad going on the road last week. Mr. Clayton Harmon coming up the steps. Foundational anchor cornerstone here to Cashion Wildcat football over the last 20 years. But big thanks to my man,
Did
Silky
you
Smooth.
see Chad's hat that he had on last week?
I watched. Yes, I saw about it. I did. The Community State Bank.
Yeah, but whose hat was it?
That was Papa Harmon's.
Papa Harmon's.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So. Looks like they're out there. Let's see. Cashion traditionally, if we win the toss, what do we do? Take it. Let's go score
every time. Oh goodness. All right. Let's see if we can get Gage maybe to move around. That antenna is not working for us. It's kind of a tough deal. I have to kind of reset. Sometimes when he stands in front of us between. Almost like you kind of wish you got him on the 30 over here. But, again, we appreciate you guys joining us. Big shout-out to our fantastic football sponsors, Sean Brown family, Camlin LLC, Jeremy Branson family, NAFTA Mud, Superior Construction, Divine Investment, CMS Willowbrook, Legacy Insurance, and that was Keys to the Game from Legacy Insurance, Legacy Lending, South Hall Supply, M&D Law, Dr. Dieselhorst, Squirtle, Amber Waswo Design, Fuels Marketing, Zach Lloyd and Family, and Cimarron Electric. So, again, big shout out to our football sponsors, giving Coach Shaq and the boys 112 different uniform combinations and taking care of them as they, definitely you look good, you play good, and you've got good stuff, definitely have an opportunity to do good things.
And we did win the toss and did decide to take the ball, so we will be starting out on offense here to begin this game. And let's see what Coach Shackelford decides to do. If he decides to go with my game plan and run the football or go with his own and see what happens here. I think he probably has a way better game plan than I ever could come up with, so we'll lean on him.
All right, so with that, we'll have the Wildcats running through their tunnel. Again, we appreciate you guys coming through. It's a cooler evening. What do we have temperature-wise? I think it's 77, but we do have about, I would say, 25 mile per hour wind?
Yep.
Yeah, that wind's coming right across west to east as the Wildcats heading on the field. Again, led by their state champion cheerleader squad. Actually, absolutely love that. And we love that you're joining us here on CWTV. Make sure if you can't follow us on Cashion Wildcat TV, big shout out to all the folks watching us on Facebook, right, Chris?
Yes, sir. We are live on Facebook this year. We Googled it to see how to.
You did all the hard work.
So you can join us on Cashion Wildcat TV on Facebook, but you can always go back to CashionWildcats.tv and watch any of the archived videos there.
All right, so with that, Wildcats will get their kickoff return team out there. Most likely we will have Grayson Davis and Max Higdon. Grayson Davis has been the leading kickoff returner for us. Oh, look, we got a McCabe sighting. Big shout out to Madeline out there at Kansas State doing her thing. Absolutely love. A lot of alums still out there doing their thing at the collegiate level, and love seeing Madeline as she is a pentathlete, I believe. I hope I said that correctly.
What I love is she comes back during the summers and works at the co-op.
She does.
And just, you walk in there and see this D1 athlete, you're like, that's cool, but that girl works really hard. Hopefully she can stay healthy, and I think she's done really good things, even despite some of the injuries she's had. So you want to keep her in your prayers and keep her, see if she can stay healthy.
Oh, absolutely spot on. So Wildcats, again, look like we'll be receiving, kicking off for the Crusaders. It'll be number 22, Nathan Dinwiddie, the junior. We were watching him earlier. He's got a good, strong leg. In film, he'll kick it deep. Wind's going to be a factor as the Wildcats will definitely have the wind in their favor here in the first quarter. It will be, looks like Grayson Davis is aced out by himself, so Wildcats have changed up their kickoff return look a little bit. It used to be a two-back set. Now with this kicker that'll kick it deep, it looks like he'll be by himself.
Yeah, and Max usually is back there deep with him, and he's not even on the field on the kickoff return this week. So, yeah, a little bit different look.
Ball falls off the tee. We talked about the wind. It's going to be brisk. And if you still have a chance to get out here, please do. There's a little bit of room left. Definitely the Wildcats definitely want you here cheering them on. But, again, we appreciate you guys joining us. If it is a Thursday night, sometimes it's tough. Maybe you're stuck at work or whatever the case may be. We're glad that we can bring this for
Can't
you.
use the excuse of having to get up early for school tomorrow because it is fall break, right?
Is it fall break?
Yeah,
Heck
fall
yeah.
break.
All right. All right, with that, looks like we got a little holder there for the Crusaders. We're going to have Thursday night football here in a sec. Big shout out to our chain crew, too, as well out there. We'll give a little shout out. Kick is underway. It's a high end over end. That's going to go easily against the wind into the end zone. Wow, that kid's got some leg, and the Wildcats will take over. First down and 10 at the 25-yard line, or 20-yard line, I apologize. All right, Chris, what are we going to see here?
Well, like I said, I hope we really do some ground and pound, try to establish some run game here to begin this game. But like I said, I can't ever outguess Shackelford, but that's what I want to see is we talked about Coach Robertson being back, and the offensive line just seemed to be a little bit more cohesive last week. Let's see what they look like this week.
All right, 1st and 10, shotgun handoff. Westerhoff cuts back inside, huge lane. He's got an ankle tackle there by number 24. That's Landon Bean. And so give credit to my man, Westerhoff, getting a nice gain of about 5 on first down.
Hey, I love it. Did you see? I mean, the lineman right there, all fire off the ball, all zone block, and then just let Westerhoff find that open seam, and he had a great cutback lane to pick up 5-6 yards on that first down.
Grayson Davis in motion, back around, loop-de-loop, another handoff to Westerhoff. That time he runs into a wall as the pulling guards bring the defense to him, and that'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up 3rd down and long.
Yeah, man, just if he would have saw that little cutback lane, there was a lane to hit and maybe pick up a few yards there, but give the Crusaders a little bit of credit there for getting a push and getting into the backfield and being able to stop him before he crossed the line of scrimmage.
All right, so 3rd down and 5, 11-10 on the clock. Empty backfield. We've got a bunch formation. We're going to have an offsides here. This will be a first down. It will be, so it's number 10. And that was, looks like that was Brody Fisher, the sophomore. He bites on that, and that's a free 5 and a first down.
You don't see the defensive backs jump off across like that very often, but I think what he was doing, he was wanting to put a charge into that receiver as he was coming off the line, and he just got a little antsy there on the fake snap.
Waspo with the keeper, goes back to his right, has nowhere to go. He's quickly wrapped up by a bevy of white shirts, and so that'll bring up 2nd down and long.
Yeah, that time just Crusaders had a good push on that left side exactly where Ethan was trying to take the ball, and didn't get much there.
All right, so 2nd and 9, got a gain of 1 here. Same bunch formation here, empty backfield for Waspo. Snap, he's going to go ahead and hit the tunnel screen and into the hands of Max Higdon. That would have been at least 5 or 6 yards if Max could get that one, but he let it get to his chest and it bounced off the pads.
Got to put those hands up, catch with the diamond, then bring it in and tuck. That time it was a tunnel screen, and I was in the perfect position here to see that screen setting up. If he would have caught that, brought it back in across the field, there was a massive lane for him to pick up some good yardage there on 2nd down.
Wasso with the keeper on the high snap, rolls right, looking for Higdon, scoops it out, and on the run, falls incomplete.
And I'm not sure what happened there, but that was just, nothing looked cohesive on that play. It was like they snapped it too early or something. I don't know. That didn't look like that was exactly how that play was supposed to be drawn up.
No. All right, with the incompletion there, that'll stay 4th and 9 from the 31. It'll be punt time as that's our Benson Waltman out there, the senior, one of the lone few seniors here on the team. Good snap. Kick is away. Pressure there. That one's going to go left side, hit at the 50-yard line, so maybe a 20-yard punt there for Waltman, and you talked about it early on.
About on our average for the year. We started on the 20. They get to start on the 50, and I'm just telling you, if you don't think that's a massive advantage, it is. I mean, it's almost just something that gets in your head as a defense of when you're starting backed up on your side of their side of the football almost every single time that you get out there, it starts to wear on you. But let's see what our defense can do. You just take that as a challenge and say, let's get out here, stop the ball, and get it back in our hands, in the Cashion Wildcats' hands.
All right, so with 10:20 on the clock, don't mind our clock, we'll get you going here in a second. In motion, single back set, power right look here. It's It's going to be a handoff right side to number 14. You talked about Gideon, and he's going to pick up about 4 or 5 yards on first down.
Yeah, and that right there was just power to that right side. Put a lot of bodies over there, give it to the big running back, and let him go and ground and pound. And on first down, he was able to pick up right about 5 yards.
So clock right at 9:59. 2nd and 5 from the 41. Single back set, same look in motion. 2 guys in motion. Not sure how that works, but number 19 comes in to tight end help. That's Ace Tran. Gideon back to the left side, breaks a tackle of Max Higdon coming up from the safety spot. Eventually brought down by, looks like Waltman, and then looks like Kellen Smith there grabbing his groin. But that'll be enough for a first down as the clock stops.
Yeah, and Kellen came up there, got in on that tackle, and I don't know if it was a hamstring or what there, but yeah, he was kind of grabbing that leg. He did jump up here, so yep. So hopefully it's just a tweak there, and he's able to get back out there.
All right, so 1st and 10 from the 39. 9:39 on the clock. I'm going to give up on the clock, Chris. I just can't do it.
Hey, I've tried to run the clock before.
I just can't do it.
It's not easy.
I just can't do it. Well, a big shout out to Jackson Drake getting you in the first down and distance and where we're at. So, again, it's 9:39 on the clock, 1st and 10 from the 34. Wildcats on their first possession they did get a first down, did have to punt. Crusaders starting on the Cashion 46. And, you mentioned it as well. Not only is it an advantage, you also get 4 downs. It becomes 4-down territory instead of having to punt. Single back set, again, Gideon in the backfield. Tran comes back. He relocates to the left side. French with the sweep. Handoff to number 4, McGee. He's immediately met, but then does fall forward. So give credit to was that Carlos Martinez? No, that was Grayson Davis coming up behind the line of scrimmage, getting the contact. But give credit to the sophomore Silas McGee on getting positive yards. It'll be 2nd down and about 4 yards.
Yeah, there Grayson did a good job staying home on the misdirection there. You got to come up, break down, and make that open field tackle for loss instead of giving him 8 yards on first down.
Handoff to Gideon up the middle. He's got a big lane on the right side, and looks like it's going to be a touchdown. That'll be a 28-yard run. And the first score of the game goes to the Crusaders behind the legs of Caleb Gideon.
Yeah, and that's where we were talking about. Just Gideon's just a big, strong kid, and when you got a hole that size, he gets into the second level, and then he is gone. So Cashion Wildcat defense is going to have to stiffen up in there in that front 4, front 7 to be able to slow him down because once he gets to that second level, he's going to be able to really do some damage.
All right, so with the extra point duties underway, it'll be number 22, Nathan Dinwiddie. We talked about his leg earlier in the game, and that one is easily through. So with the extra points, it'll be your Crusaders 7, your hometown Wildcats 0. And with 8:40 left on the clock, Wildcats will be receiving the next kick.
Yeah, and, even though it is very, very early in this ball game, this is a huge possession right here for the Cashion Wildcat offense. And the reason I say that is because they just kind of did whatever they wanted to right there. And there's a lot of kids on this offense that play offense and defense. If you can't get anything going on the offensive side of the football on this drive right here, right after they kind of did whatever they wanted to get down the field, it's going to get in your head. I want to see the Cashion Wildcats sustain a drive, don't make any mistakes, blow off the football if you're that front line, and give some kids the time to make some things happen and really be able to take some time off this clock, drive down and get on the scoreboard tied up. And that's going to be a huge momentum boost for the Cashion Wildcats.
Yep. All right, so kicking off is Dinwiddie. Last time he put it through the end zone with against the wind. Again, this is another deal where special teams is definitely a big part of the game, and end over end, that's easily in the end zone, almost at the back of the end zone against this 25-mile-per-hour wind. And so the Wildcats will start on their own 20 again here. Second possession, the first one did get a first down, got one on a penalty. And let's see what happens here. Did end with a punt. Let's see if the Wildcats can string a couple things here together.
And Shaq did keep it on the ground for the most part in that first drive there. And let's see if with the wind at our back, and see if he tries to get some route combinations put together out there and get something down the field.
All right, with 8:40 on the clock, Wildcats starting on their own 21st and 10. It's Ethan Waswell with Timmy Jones, the junior, to his right. In motion is Davis. Davis with the jet sweep handoff. Good block. Cuts back inside. He's met by 3 or 4 Crusaders. Looks like he'll get a gain of about 2 or 3 yards, so credit him on that jet sweep. Give credit to number 4, was the first one, Silas McGee, the sophomore, coming up from the safety spot to make that initial tackle. Wildcats will go jumbo look, double tight end formation. Westerhoff in the backfield now with Waswo. Higdon and Davis aced out on either side. Again, 8:07 on the clock. Shotgun handoff to Westerhoff. Big hole, cuts it back inside, fights forward. He's met by number 14. And that is Caleb Gideon. I saw a huge lane. I was wondering why.
There was a huge lane, but there was that safety was kind of coming up and filling that outside gap. So I think Westerhoff is like, I'm just going to get behind these big boys pushing and get as many yards as I can.
Third and short. Waspo's got a big hole. He's going to keep it. He's going to turn forward using those legs, and that'll be a nice first down pickup. Ethan Waspo, and it's the ground game, grounded pound, Chris, as you mentioned, moving the chains and getting the Wildcats moving here early in the first quarter.
Yeah, that time, picked up about 4 yards every time that they snapped the ball. That drive right there so far in this drive, and that's what it's going to take. I know those kind of drives are not the highlight reel making drives, but that's what it's going to take. What's what it's going to take to win this ballgame for the Cashion Wildcats today.
So Wildcats are going to put Duran and Jones at the tight end spot in motion. Higdon, another handoff to Westerhoff. Big hole to the 40, cuts back outside. That's a big lane. Great job by the right side of the line as Waltman comes over. Westerhoff with a big 9-yard run on first down.
Yeah, and that time I saw Coach Cochran kind of run up there and tell Drew, get to that outside, just keep going out to the sideline there and pick up as many yards as you can. He kind of turned it back in and took some contact to the defender, which I like that too, but you want to pick up that first down if you can.
Wildcats in this 12 personnel. Grayson Davis, a loop-de-loop in motion. Handoff to Westerhoff, right side, cuts back inside. Nice move to the outside, just tripped up. Gets across the 50. Nice blocking. Excellent vision there by the sophomore, Drew Westerhoff.
Yeah, good job right there by the boys up front. And, you had Max out there blocking pretty good there at the beginning of that run, and he kind of let the guy off of him. I want to see those receivers out there stay engaged. I don't care if you think the ball's coming your way or not. Stay engaged because you never know where that ball is going to go, where that runner is going to go, and they may use you down the field as a blocker to spring a really, really big play.
All right, Westerhoff in Crusader territory. The 48 in motion is Higdon again. Westerhoff to the right of Waswo. Be a keeper by Waswo. He's going to try to cut back outside. Tries to break one. He does. Can't get past his second there. Give credit to number 24. That is Landon Bean, the senior linebacker coming up. One of the few seniors here on this. But it's a nice gain of about 3 there for Waswo.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Even though there was about 3 Crusaders right there on that edge, he was able to put his foot in the ground and go upfield and drag a few of those kids to pick up 3 yards on that first down carry.
2nd and 7 from the 45, 5:41 on the clock. Grayson Davis in motion, little loop-de-loop coming back. Waswell will keep it left side. He's got a lane, bumps through, meets in the middle, gets stood up but doesn't go down. Great job there getting some positive yards. It's another 3-4 yard run. It's 3rd and manageable here for the Wildcats.
And I thought he got to the 40-yard line before his forward progress had stopped, but looks like it was about a 4-yard carry there.
And that was Landon Bean again with another tackle coming up from the linebacker spot. I don't know if Landon wants to do that all day long, but give credit to him stepping up. Waswo stopped in his tracks. So 3rd and 2, 5:04 on the clock, running clock. Trips left in motion is Westerhoff. Waswo will keep it. He's got a big hole. Taking the pile with him, and that'll be another first down to the 32-yard line.
I think Coach Shackelford's been watching the Miami Dolphins play. You see as much motion. Have you watched the Miami Dolphins?
I'm a Dolphins fan.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You are a Dolphins.
You're
diehard Dolphins.
Yeah,
but you know what I'm talking about, right?
Absolutely. A lot of looks.
As much as motion have we seen in the backfield and going across for the Cashion Wildcats, it's kind of what it looks like, and it's keeping the Crusaders kind of off balance.
Yep.
And you're seeing some big pickups for the Cashion Wildcat running backs.
Higdon in motion. Westerhoff will cut back. There's a small lane. He's like he's going to get 1 yard. So Wildcats will set up 2nd and 9, 4:25 from the 32-yard line. Wildcats moving here. This particular possession started on their own 20. It's been all ground and pound here for the Wildcats. And you know who else does a lot of motion? I know a lot of folks here, especially Coach Shack, doesn't want to talk about it. It's the University of Oklahoma. They do a lot of motion, a lot of work with their slots and their receivers, getting different looks. Grayson Davis coming in motion. He'll do a loop-de-loop around here. Snap, Waspo back to pass. Coming back on the hitch is Higdon. He makes the catch to the 25, hit out of bounds. And looks like that'll be a nice gain that'll set up 3rd and manageable here for the Wildcats.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. You don't have to have the big play. Just get that 5-6 yards right there. Give us 3rd and 4 here. We're in a position now where you can go for it on 4th down. And just keep chipping away all the way down the football field.
Again, Wildcats in this max protect double tight end set. Big line here for the Wildcats. High snap, Westerhoff going right side, small lane. He finds it though, and he's going to take on. It's a hard guy to bring down. A little extracurricular, but that'll be enough for the first down. Drew Westerhoff. He's almost like a ninja, slicing through those small little lanes. He's finding it, keeping his feet. I absolutely love the sophomore here.
No, I love the way he runs the ball, and a lot of times he gets behind those big linemen and just kind of hides and then pops through out on the other side. So love Drew Westerhoff and how he runs hard. Looks like we got freshman Carlos Martinez checked in for him now.
Martinez will get the ball. He'll get the carry, go right side. He's going to take a couple guys with him. He's still moving. Hard to bring down. Martinez in a cage. I take Martinez every single day. That kid is the toughest kid I know out there. And love seeing him with the rock. A nice 3-4 yard carry. 3:12 on the clock here first quarter. Wildcats going a little more up tempo. Staying in that max protect look. We've got Caleb Duran at the left tight end. Timmy Jones at the right. Carlos Martinez on the left of Waswo. Single back set here. Let's see what the Wildcats here will do on second. Motion is Davis. Same look, little loopy-loop. See if they go to him. And they're going to call false start. Martinez almost happened to him last time. He went too early, and that's what happens. And that's unfortunate. That's a huge penalty. Wildcats were moving the ball.
Yeah, and that's what you can't have right now with this young team. We've talked about it in our past games is when you're driving down the football field like we are, it is so important to keep that average about 3-4 yards every play. So now you back up, you're behind the chains, and that just throws off what you're trying to do as an offense.
As they say, off rhythm. So 2nd and 11, 2:44. Davis in motion. Waspo back to pass, looking to his right, little double move. He's got Higdon in the corner. He's going to go up high, and that's going to be intercepted. So let's see, they're going to say.
Does it say out of bounds?
Incomplete. That one fell. I don't know how it did. So number 11. That was cornerback Tate Campbell, tight coverage on Max Higdon. Good ball. I thought that was a good ball for Waspo to give him a chance to fight for it.
It gave Higdon a kind of a 50-50 chance to go up and get it. You just want to see Max use that height and go up and fight for that football and bring it down in the end zone for the touchdown.
So 3rd and long again after the incompletion. Clock stops at 2:30. The Wildcats at the 21-yard line. Waspo by himself back to pass, little tunnel screen to Higdon. He catches, got a block, cuts back inside to the 15, still on his feet, down inside the 10, and that'll be a first down, Cashion Wildcats.
Yeah, I wanted to see, he probably heard me say go. I mean, I was like, he caught it, kind of trying to decide where to go. The play is designed to catch it on the run, to go inside there into that tunnel and hit it going 100 miles an hour, and he finally did. He finally put the pedal to the metal and got it and put us in position to pick up the first down and give us first down and 10 at the 9.
That's fantastic. So timeout. Looks like that one's going to go against Coach Joel Franks, as the Wildcats have only completed 2 passes, but they were big ones. And that last one, the biggest of the game thus far, with Waswo hooking up with Higdon, going for about 14, 15 yards, getting the first down. The Wildcats are dealing. Love seeing that. It's a good drive.
No doubt, and this is exactly what I was talking about. I mean, that's why I said it. This is still very early in the game, but it's just a massive possession for the Cashion Wildcats, and this is exactly what we needed right here. Sustained drive. Now we got to finish. Now we got to get in the end zone, because all this hard work to drive, we've driven 70 yards. Let's drive the 80 and get in the end zone and really put a stamp on this game of like, hey, we're not going anywhere. We're here to play. Let's get in the end zone and make it a competition.
So if you like to follow trends, most of these runs have been right side on the short hash on the Cashion side. Empty backfield again. Coach Shack's going to go with the bunch formation to the left here. We've got Higdon and Westerhoff on the right. Look for this play here. Waswo by himself in shotgun. Should be 1st and 10, or 1st and goal from the 9. High snap. Waswo will keep it in the backfield. Was number 2 originally coming off this off of the corner blitz. Brave Baker, the junior.
Well, that's the importance of a good snap where he can catch that ball and just go, because the fact that he had to jump, it threw that timing off. It gave that kid coming off the edge there time to get to him, slow him down, where he didn't really have a lot of momentum going into the linebacker that was coming up.
So in true Mike Leach formation, Shaq is spacing this out, getting a lot of space. Waswo's got a big lane up to the 1, the 2, the 2 to the 1 to the goal line, and just corralled on the half-yard line as I thought he had a chance to back that one in. Waswo, great job by the line. And again, as I was offering up, Mike Leach will spread you out. He'll use every blade of grass on the field. And Shaq's done that, but now he'll go back to that traditional double tight end look. Westerhoff to the right. Waswo will keep it, and he'll punch it in for the touchdown. Cashion Wildcats go 80. And it's a 2-yard, 1-yard run by the sophomore, Ethan Waswo, to get the Wildcats in the books.
Yeah, we get down on that 1-yard line, get behind those strong offensive linemen, and just give Ethan, that is a horse, the ball and let him punch it across the end zone, and that's what we did right there for the Cashion Wildcat touchdown. Now, very important kick right here.
So Adley Jerry, the Wildcat kicker. Kellen Smith holding for the Wildcat. Snap good. Kick is up. And that one will go to the left. Again, we got a big wind, and that's moving. We talked about it early on. Looked like she hooked it a little bit. The wind took care of the rest. That's unfortunate. So the Wildcats do miss the extra point, but get the touchdown and are keeping it close. Great response by the Wildcats here.
Yeah, just that after that first drive, it was just kind of like it was kind of a little bit dead. Sideline was dead. Just the crowd was kind of dead. The Crusaders get the ball and just have all the momentum, just drive right down and punch it in from the 50. We talked about field position. They kick off, and I talked about how important that drive was going to be to the Cashion Wildcat psyche for the rest of this football game, and the fact that they took it and drove 80 yards down the field, and it was just a methodical drive of picking up 3-4 yards of carry. There was not a big play at all in there. We had the big pass play down here, 15 yards, but when 15 yards is your biggest play, that's just a methodical drive, just step by step getting down the field. And I like the fact that we did have the penalty. I don't like the fact we had the penalty.
Right.
I like the fact that we had the penalty and we're able to overcome that and go ahead and drive on down the field and punch it in for the Cashion Wildcat touchdown. Great response, as you said, to get in the end zone. Now, defense, get out here, use that momentum, use that energy, get out here and put a pop on some of these boys in white.
So Waltman out to kick off for the Wildcats. Holding will be, that's going to be an onside kick. It's going to fall down, and that will go to number 10, Brody Fisher. So Wildcats going a little onside. Didn't get the extra bounce that Waltman needed. A lot of speed on the outside there. It was Riker Johnson on the hold there. And so talk about it all the time. Here we go. So the Crusaders on their second possession. Their first one started on the Cashion 46. This one will start on the Crusader 49. And let's see if those Wildcats can pop that mouth.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like, I'm all about let's do an onside kick, and we've seen that a lot. But man, I'm almost like, hey, let's do the
we got the
high onside kick and put the ball back around the 30. Timmy Jones.
Gideon. He met in the line. Tommy Branson. Timmy Jones says hello, and that'll be a gain of 1. So nice response there on that first down run play there by Gideon for the Crusaders. Wildcats in that 3-4 look here for Coach Wood. Getting the signals out there for the Wildcats. Looks like, is that Carlos Martinez out there? It sure is. So Carlos on that outside linebacker spot, as well as, I guess it's number 8, Austin Comp, number 6, Austin Comp. They'll swing past the outside. Westerhoff, nice open field tackle. That was number 33, the senior Bryce Graham, going out there to catch that one, and Westerhoff coming up to make a nice tackle.
Yeah, great job by Westerhoff. I mean, he had a guy blocking him, and he was able to just come in and submarine the receiver out there and bring him down before he got any substantial yardage.
So Wildcats putting the Crusaders in 3rd and long. They didn't have a third down in any of the part of their first possession earlier in the first quarter. Back to pass, pressured. Rolling right, running, coming up, big hit, sit down. Great hit. Was that Carlos? Let me tell me, it's Carlos Martinez.
No, I think that was Grayson.
Yeah, Grayson Davis.
Making the hit on the
Sopping
sideline.
wet, bringing the heat.
And you see, that quarterback right there, like I said, he's a good little quarterback, but he's a sophomore quarterback, somebody that's about the age of the kid that just came up and tackled him, and that's the difference is these kids will be physical as they get older, and they're going to start learning how to come down, bring the pressure, bring the heat, and put a thump on people.
Absolutely love it. Grayson Davis coming up from the safety spot, laying the wood, as they say, for Coach Wood. And that's a big fourth down. If you're Coach Franks, are you going to go for it here?
I mean, you're on your side of the football field.
You just gave up a 80-yard touchdown.
I know,
you got a
but
kicker.
the thing is, it's like, I mean, if you can back them up inside, that was the thing with Tonga. They had a punter that could put it on the 5-yard line. And that field position that we talked about as the key of the game, if you're playing field position, if you're the Crusaders and you're playing field position, let's back them up and make them drive that 80 yards or, 90 yards because they know we don't have that big play capability that we've had in the past. So if they back us up, put us down there, you have to play almost mistake-free football to make those big yards. But here it looks like they're going to line up and try to go for it and try to pick it up unless they do a little quick kick here.
Or maybe try to get a fresh 5. So
watch the ball.
4th and 7, fresh 12 as we go to the second quarter. That was 2 guys in motion. That should be a flag. And we're going to take a knee.
What in the world?
That should be our ball. There was no flag. There was no whistle. He dropped his knee. And that should be Cashion Football. Turnover of downs at the 50-yard line.
I have no idea what he was trying to do there. I have no idea.
So there was a situation where this has happened twice already as Ace Tran has gone in motion while another guy has gone in motion as well.
And he goes forward.
He goes forward. Should be a penalty. That's 2 times not called. Now in this situation, not sure what the sophomore Dylan French was. He may have heard or thought something happened. He took a knee. There was no flag. There was no whistle. Nonetheless, it's a turnover of downs, and it's Wildcat football from the 50-yard line.
Well, I mean, he acted like we jumped off sides, but we didn't go until the ball moved. And their right side of their offensive line never moved.
Nope.
And so I'm not sure what was happening there, but we'll take it.
1st and 10. Hand off to Westerhoff. He's got a small opening. He's going to get a couple yards. Give credit to number 30. That was Slate Snyder, a little extracurricular activity as the freshman quarterback comes up and gets the sophomore running back. The little tap on the head there by the umpire. Ball will be placed right at the 48 in Crusader territory. So 2nd and 8, 11:38 on the clock, second quarter. Wildcats now moving from east to west, right to left on your screen.
Here.
Yeah, this is your traditional non-clumped up bunch spread look here. Empty set, 5 wide. Ethan Waswell by himself. We've got Riker Johnson who's checked in at wide receiver. We were talking about him during the pregame. Westerhoff now will replace back at running back. Back to pass is Waswell looking for Riker Johnson. Little screen out to Westerhoff. He's got a big opening. Comes across. Was that looks like that was Juan Melendez trying to take on 2 guys out there. But hey, that's the best screenplay I've seen all day for the Wildcats.
Screenplays have not been our friend this year. Now, if we could complete a pass on a screenplay, we'd have had some very massive plays. But it's just not. The timing hasn't been there. So just the fact that we completed a pass on a screenplay is a positive for us right now.
Westerhoff on the handoff, and he's met at the line of scrimmage. That's tough going there for Westerhoff. So that's a loss of 1, and that'll bring up 4th down and about 5 from the Cashion 45. Most likely Wildcats are going to go for it.
Yeah, we're on the Crusader side of the football field, we're going to go for it on 4th down. Let's see if we don't see another a 10-yard turnaround stop from.
Or maybe another offside.
Hey, we'll take it.
4th and 5, 10-17 on the clock. Max protect here with double tight ends, Higdon and Grayson Davis. Our side, Westerhoff now flares out. This may be a Waswell keeper. Let's see what happens here. Back to pass is Waswell. Pressure from the right side. He's going to let it go, and that's going to go over the head of Higdon. It was a shallow. It looks like, I'm not sure if there was a misread between Waswell or Higdon, but nonetheless, that incompletion will turn over of down. So the quick start by the offenses. Give credit to the defenses and we're sitting right around the 50-yard line.
Yeah, I was going back and just kind of watching that play on my phone, and I think Grayson was kind of coming across the field there, and if he had just released down the field, there was nobody behind him. But I think there was a little bit of pressure coming into Ethan's face. Even if he would have got open, I don't think he would have been able to see him and get the ball, deliver a pass to him down the field.
It looked like he kind of let it go. If he kind of steps up in the pocket a little bit more, drops that foot, that weight down, he might be able to hit Higdon. But nonetheless, give credit to the good coverage there by the Crusader defense. So it'll be 1st and 10, 9:56 from the 45. Back to pass is French. He's going to come back with a tunnel. And pass is caught there by number 4, Marshall Brown. He'll get about 3 or 4 yards. Initially there, it looked like, was that Austin Compton? And it looks like Riker Johnson will be checking in at cornerback as Kellen Smith will come back to the sideline. He's kind of hobbled up a little bit.
He's been right ever since that tackle he came in and made. And let's hope he can get over there on the sideline, get a little stretch in him, and get back out there.
Well, if you're Riker Johnson, this is your chance, though, right?
No doubt.
So that's the way you look at it. Carlos Martinez, right side, another freshman for the Wildcats. You got Grayson Davis on the other corner. So tons of freshmen out here for the Wildcats. 2nd and 6, 9:18 in motion coming across. Graham. Back to pass. Coming back. Pressure on. Austin Compton chasing French down and creates the pressure. Pass incomplete. Give credit to the sophomore Austin Compton coming off the edge, and it'll be 3rd down.
Yeah, that time, I don't know if that was designed to kind of look one way, pass it over to the other way, but like you said, Compton coming off that edge, putting pressure on him, really kind of threw him for a loop there. Wasn't able to get his body kind of squared back up to make a pass down the field, but we also had good coverage down the field to help make that an errant pass.
So 3rd down, 6, 9:06 on the clock. Clock stopped on that incompletion from the 48-yard line. French hands off to Gideon. He's got a bunch of Wildcats coming in. Torpedo, Drew Westerhoff coming in. Another big-time tackle for the sophomore, and that's 4th down.
Yeah, I love the fact that he is not afraid to come downhill and get into a big running back. And when you have a big running back coming at you, what do? You go hard as you can and then drop down and hit their knees and take them out, tackle their legs. And that's exactly what he did right there. Dropped him for no gain and gives the Cashion Wildcats a chance to get the ball back here.
Yeah, give credit to the D-line and linebacker stretching that one out as heat-seeking missile Westerhoff comes in. To punt, the Crusaders, Max Higdon back. He'll make the catch around 11. He's going to cut back, try to find a lane. He breaks one tackle, tripped up. And give credit to the Crusaders, number 11. That is junior wide receiver, DB, Tate Campbell.
Hey.
I know what you're going to say.
All I know is I am so happy to see him back there because I know he could catch that ball. I know he's capable of it because if he wouldn't have been there, that probably would have bounced and probably would have right out of bounds with this wind, and we'd have had the ball in about the 4-yard line.
No, you're exactly right, Chris. You're exactly right. So with 8:20, second quarter action from the 17, Wildcats with their fourth possession of the night. In motion is Grayson Davis, a little loop-de-loop behind. Waswell hand it off to Westerhoff. Cut back inside, still on his feet. Great run, great vision by the sophomore, and that's going to be close to a 1st down.
I love it. I don't know why we kind of went away from that on that last drive, but let's just keep this right here going. Keep that misdirection going with all of the motion. Max going in motion, Grayson going in motion, Westerhoff going in motion. Just keep that up and keep them off balance because our line's doing a great job of creating some lanes, and we know where we're going and they don't. That's a good thing.
Higdon will go in motion. Westerhoff will keep it. He's going to get enough for the 1st down. Great run. Great job by that left side of that line. Give credit to Jacob Reese, Tommy Branson. Is that Waltman? No, that is Reese. So, so nice work there, Caden Seeley. So that's a 1st down. Wildcats starting on this drive on their own 17. Get it out to the 29-yard line here. 7:36, second quarter. It's a 1-point lead here for the Crusaders. 7-6. It was a offensive fireworks in the first quarter. It's kind of slowed down here in the second. Back to pass. Waswell looking for Higdon on a deep post. He gets hitched up, no call. And Higdon's got to run through that. But that ball against the wind, still a little bit deep. And so with that incompletion, it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, and right there, if you're saying at home, like, hey, he got hit, maybe it was a pass interference. The ball was so far overthrown that they're going to call that uncatchable. But yeah, you want to, if you're Max right there, you got to be running strong through that. Don't let that slow you down any. Get out there and lay out for that ball. And if you're close enough and you do get hit, they're going to call that as interference.
All right, so Timmy Jones is now going out into the left in the running back position for the Wildcat split showing. And Wildcats don't check out, as number 33 basically said, Bryce Graham, the senior, said, I'm going to go in. I'm shooting the A-gap. He did, and Timmy Jones is stopped for a big loss, about 5-yard loss. He'll bring up 3rd down and long.
Yeah, that time it was – you saw it coming, but it was almost like we had already checked out of one play, went to another one. The kid timed it perfectly where he just slipped right in between the linemen before they even stood up, and it was just a play call where it's, when you hand the ball to him, he's there, and he makes the big tackle for loss.
A junior or senior Waspo is probably given the green light to pull that one out and run and keep it, but Wildcats still learning, training wheel still on. Back to pass, Waspo rolling to his left.
Grayson's open.
He's got Grayson Davis and rolling and across his body. That's a tough throw. Waspo didn't have a chance to set his feet, and so that one will fall incomplete. Grayson Davis was open, and so with that incompletion will bring up 4th down and long, and it will be punt time for the Wildcats.
Yeah, you want to see Ethan get out there and get that body turned, set his feet, and fire a pass down the sideline, because Grayson Davis did come open, coming out of that backfield, kind of behind those other 2 clear-out routes, and he was wide open on the sideline.
Yeah, great design.
Just could not get the ball to him there for the big pass play. Waltman
out to punt. A lot of pressure. That's going to be end over end. It's got a chance to roll. It's going to be a high bouncer. It's going to hold up. Coming up number 4. It's going to get tripped up. Great job there, Riker Johnson. Hey, get on the field, do something, freshman. And he says, yes, sir.
Yes, that dude is so fast. He's first one down the field, and he's able to make an open field tackle and not let him get any momentum going. Because if he wouldn't have made that tackle, he would have been going downhill with some blockers out in front. So good job by Riker there to keep that return to a minimum.
Yeah, that return there was a short run by Silas McGee, the sophomore. And, Chris, you said it. They've started at the Cashion. This is their 4th possession. They started at the Cashion 46, the Crusader 49, the Crusader 45, and now the Crusader 47. Give credit to this bend, don't break Cashion defense. Let's see if they can get another stop. Single back set is Gideon behind French. He's going to get the handoff, go right side. Compton, among others, are there, but good job there by Gideon following his blockers. And it'll be Timmy Jones, but not after a gain of about 7 there for Gideon into Cashion territory.
Yeah, that time the Crusaders did a good job of those pulling guard and tackle come across there, give him someone to follow, and before we could really bust that wall of those big linemen, he was able to pick up about 6-7 yards before the Cashion Wildcats could get to him and get him down.
All right, after that first down carry into Cashion territory, it's 2nd down and 3. 5:50 on the clock. Same formation here. Handoff right side to Gideon. He's going to get stopped this time. Short gain. Great job there by the Cashion D-line. Austin Compton coming across, adding to his team totals. That was Tommy Branson. Tommy had 7 tackles, led the team last week against Watonga.
So Tommy's mom, works with me up there at Legacy, and I asked her this morning, what's Tommy thinking? She goes, he told me the same thing he tells me every game. Punch him in the mouth. That's his game plan. And I love Tommy. He's a big, strong kid that time you saw him get through there and make a big tackle.
All right, so 3rd and 2 from the 45. Big down here for the Wildcats. Definitely 4-down territory here. As Ace Tran relocates, double tight end set. It's going to be handoff to Gideon. He's going to have enough for the first down. Cut back. Nice patient run there by the junior running back, and chains will move there, and it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Crusaders right around the Cashion 37-yard line.
Yeah, and that time just keeping it on the ground with their big running back, and you just keep pounding with a big running back like that. It takes a toll on those defensive linemen. And let's hope that the defensive linemen here that have to go both ways in most instances for the Cashion Wildcats can continue to put a little bit of push and let those linebackers come down and make some tackles.
Wildcats staying in that 3-4 front look there for Coach Wood. Heavy for Crusaders. Handoff right side to Gideon. He's going to get met in the hole, and that big body will carry forward his momentum. He's about 5 yards deep, and he gets that wagon going. And that'll be a nice pickup, about 3 yards. I'm going to ask you this, Chris. We haven't seen a whole lot of passes right now, so both coaches look like they're committed to the run, and we might have a 2-hour game here today. Clock running, 4:10 on the clock. 2nd quarter. Wildcats need to get a stop here because the Crusaders are going to get the ball here this second half. So double tight end look here for the Crusaders as well. Single back set. In motion, Train will come over to the right side. Heavy right side look. Gideon right side. Wildcats coming through. They had 2 guys there. Waltman eventually with the tackle, but not after a gain of 2. And I'll bring up third down and short.
Well, I think the Crusaders have seen if they bring that guy over, Tommy kind of slides out, and they were trying to expose that a little bit of a gap there. But the Cashion Wildcats did a good job. I think Caleb come downhill, filled the gap, and then who was that kind of came in and made the finally made the tackle?
That was Waltman.
Waltman, okay. But yeah, the Cashion Wildcats, those front three right there, they're crucial right now. Just making something happen. Don't let that guy get anything going downhill.
Train will go heavy left. Shift there by the Wildcat D-line. Handoff back right side. Gideon looking for a lane. He finds one.
Up 10. I don't know where Gideon was, but they took him out of the ball game for that one, and the younger
that's my apologies.
10,
Yep.
Was able to pick up the first down.
That was Brody Fisher, the sophomore. He comes in. He's also, I believe, the backup quarterback potentially as well. But I don't know if Gideon was hurt. Did we see anything out of Gideon?
Just looking at him on the sideline over there, looks like he's just winded, getting a little bit of a breather while.
And he's not a very fast running back. He's just a big guy.
Big bruiser. Yep.
He's a big bruiser. That's exactly right. Same with French. French is kind of slow, look like he's a plotter. But the O-line is doing good work against the Cashion Wildcats on this series. 2:40 on the clock. Clock running here. Second quarter action. Wildcats trying to get a stop here. There'll be a handoff inside. Oh, Med pushed backwards. He breaks a tackle. Strung it out. Good job there by the Cashion defense. Carlos Martinez as well as Drew Westerhoff. But not after a gain of about 4, so give credit to number 10. That was Brody Fisher. He'll go ahead and go out as number 14. Gideon hobbles back in from the sideline. So 2nd and 5, clock still running, 2:10. Methodical drive here. Again, the Crusaders haven't had to do much in terms of offense, starting every possession at midfield. Wildcats bend, don't break, need to figure out how to not bend anymore. Under 2 minutes here, 1:56. Blitz is on. Coming back inside. Great job by Waltman, and that was all predicated based on Timmy Jones hitting the A-gap. And great job at tackle for loss of no gain, and that'll bring up third down and long.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not going to pass the ball, let's bring some pressure, bring some blitzes, try to get to that running back before he even gets any momentum going. And but you start doing that, you got to make sure those young defensive backs understand how important it is to stay locked up on their receivers.
Well, the only viable receiver really for them is number 12. That is Gabe Holschauer, the junior wide receiver. Everyone else is pretty young, and we're going to have a timeout by Coach Wood. Can't take him with you, so might as well use him. So with that timeout, it's the first one for the Cashion Wildcats. Both teams have 2 remaining. We'll take a quick timeout and be right back right after this.
Presenting Regato Ranch, located within the Cashion School District and offering homebuyers the experience of small-town charm with a modern world of shopping, dining, and healthcare just minutes away. Situated east of Highway 74, Regato Ranch boasts 1-acre home sites with privacy and ample space to retire or raise a family.
To build your next home from the ground up or to inquire about new properties currently for sale, contact Brandon or Shannon Cotter with Iron Creek Homes and C7 Real.
Welcome back. Second quarter action. Wildcats trying to hold here. 3rd and 7. Neiman Bobby, Chris Gibson bringing you Thursday night football live from Maxon Field. 1:15 on the clock. 3rd and 7 from the 23. The Wildcats trying to hold here. Power left look here for the Crusaders. Another shift. It's going to be a jet sweep out to number 2. Strung out. Good work there by the Wildcats, and great job by the edge. Give credit to Westerhoff turning in number 2, Brave Baker, the junior. That'll be a very short gain and a 4th down and long. No doubt go for it. Or they do have the leg to kick it here.
I was going to say, this kid with his leg, I don't know why they wouldn't try it, other than the fact there is a brisk, kind of wind that would kind of throw it off. He was kicking about from here in the pregame, and it was missing to the left here. But let's see, did he take the timeout?
He did. So, Coach,
no, we took the timeout.
Okay, Wildcats will take the timeout, stop the clock, maybe preserve
the ball, and
maybe do something with it.
Left.
I don't know. But, nonetheless, get it right. I think it's a good move here by Coach Wood, right? So the situation, there's no chance for a fake here.
No.
They're going to go for it.
All right. Go for it.
So
I think they know the kid has a strong enough leg. Let's
we do
just see
too.
if the accuracy is there. Yeah.
Yeah, big wind. It's moving from south, what do we say, southwest to northeast. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a meteorologist. It's middle of the field here. Number 23 is holding. That's B.A. Amond. B.A., a junior tight end linebacker. Wildcats staying in safe protect. Kick is up. It's a liner. It's no good.
Hey, and that'll give Cashion the ball back with 45 seconds left. I mean, that's the thing about kicking a field goal there.
Yep.
Is you are giving the Cashion Wildcats back the football with taking no clock off, time off the clock.
Well, if you could see it on the video, you could see the kid's got the strength. In fact, he low-lined that one. He probably could have just normally kicked it, but it did go far left. The wind, that's almost like you got to aim towards the corner store to make this one against this wind. So with that, Wildcats get the turnover of downs, 45 seconds on the clock, a chance to run a little 2-minute offense here, 45-second offense, and we'll have a stop of clock. So timeout. So good thing we got that timeout button set for us on the scoreboard. We're using it today. So another timeout there by the Crusaders. So let's leave it here. So, Chris, you got 45 seconds. The best thing that's happened for us from a scenario is those hitches and a screen. We had a screen earlier. Run game has worked. What do you do here if you're Coach Shaq?
Well, Shaq, or the CHA coaches over there saying, guys, nothing behind you, nothing deep, keep everything in front. So I'm saying let's go ahead and run those deep outs, catch the ball on the sideline, go out of bounds, conserve the clock. We still have one timeout, right? So there's opportunity here for the Cashion Wildcats to air it out, drive the ball down the field, keep it on the sidelines, and hopefully get in the end zone for a Cashion Wildcat touchdown right here going into halftime.
All right.
But, too, there's some really fast kids out there on the field right now, and I think that, you sneak one behind there, Ethan's got a strong enough arm to throw it out there, make a big play going down the field too.
All right, score 7-6, second quarter, 45 seconds. Wildcats starting on their own 20-yard line. Waswo back to pass. He's got plenty of protection. He's got to get rid of it. Crossing route, caught. Riker Johnson. Get out of bounds. Get out of bounds. And he will stop it. Riker Johnson, freshman, leaping forward, dropping the ball on the sideline. Great job. That kid's played football a couple times, hasn't he?
Yeah, that's another thing about Riker. He's not only just a fast kid, but he's a very intelligent kid when it comes to how to play football and what you need to do, and that shows right there him getting out of bounds.
Great patience by Waswo, took a hit. Fantastic ball to Riker Johnson on the crossing route. In motion is Grayson Davis. He'll go all the way short side. Waswo back to pass. He's looking for Higdon. Lets it go. Lots of battling, a lot of hand touch. And that one's there will be a flag. So number 11 with the interception. Tate Campbell will get it. He's going to go back. He's going to cut across. We have another block in the back. So we've got 2 flags on the field as we'll get this one sorted out. A lot of hand fighting.
Yeah, well, here's what, it's going to be a pass interference on the defense. They were all over Max as that ball was in the air. The ball wasn't very close to Max, but he couldn't get over there because the kid was kind of holding him to it. On that return, there was a kid, Max Hosley, was coming down to make the tackle. One of the Crusaders just went after his knees, took him out low, and you cannot block below the waist on return.
So what will happen is, I wonder if the Wildcats will – I don't think they'll be able to take both penalties, so one of them will negate, but if it was unsportsmanlike, it might be able to get tacked on. Let's see what happens here. Now remember, it's not a spot foul like it is in the NFL.
Well, on the block below the waist, is that a spot
So
foul?
I think that's what I was trying to figure out. And I think it. So we'll have to take the pass interference to get it. It won't be tacked on at the end, but nonetheless.
If we decline the pass interference, the interception would stand, and then you would tack on the penalty the other way around. But so you have to accept that penalty.
All right, so Wildcats still with life, 21 seconds. Waswo in the backfield, Westerhoff in motion, back to pass. Waswo, a lot of pressure on the screen. Oh, my goodness. Timmy Jones was there. A little too hard there for Timmy. And I'm just going to be straight. I love number 9 to death. This is a situation, I think, where Drew Westerhoff in that situation might be a better option for you. But that one had some heat, so I'm not sure if Westerhoff would have been able to catch that. So that will stop the clock. That ran off 4 seconds. So with 17 seconds, we'll try our best to make sure that you know what's going on here. 17 seconds. 2nd and 10 from the 49. 2-by-2 here for the Wildcats. Jones to the right of Waswo. Passing situation. Back to pass. Waswo looking to his left. Going deep across the middle. That one's going to be picked off. No pass interference on that one. This one Tate will get. He's going to try to break a tackle. Does not. Riker Johnson, ankle bite, and brings him down. And so give credit to number 11, Tate Campbell, who had an interception negated based on a pass interference early, playing center field. And you mentioned it, Chris. If you're Coach Franks, you're probably keeping 2-3 safety back, right? And anything underneath would work. And in that situation, that ball floated up, and that was an easy interception for the Crusaders.
Yeah, and that right there is you saw, like I was watching the route combinations, and Shaq is down there talking with Ethan right now of, you've got to see the field. You got to see where we're wanting to throw the ball to. And that time he just kind of aired it out down the middle of the field with the guy over the top of everything. You want to try to maybe get to one of those kids going to the sideline there and be able to pick up a big first down with some time on the clock where you can try to air out one into the end zone.
All right, so the Crusaders on their worst field position of the day at the 30-yard line. Go ahead and take a knee, and that will send us to halftime. We're going to leave it here as we've got our state champion Cashion cheerleader cheer squad. Let's turn up that volume on the camera. We'll turn us down and let you enjoy halftime performances by the cheer team and the band. Thanks so much for joining us. Be right back.
Cashion fans, please welcome onto the field your state champion, Cashion High School Cheer Squad. These ladies are coached by state champions Amber Hobgood and Casey Williams. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, Cashion High School Principal Ryan Shank will be presenting both the state championship trophy and the academic state championship trophy to these ladies. Let's hear it for this squad who won both the 2023 2A competitive regional championships and the 2023 2A competitive state championship for the first time in school history. These ladies carry a team GPA of 3.86, which led to the 2A academic state championship. And congratulations to seniors Lauren Jenkins and Reese Williams, who are only the third and fourth athletes in Cashion history to achieve all region honors. Lauren and Reese will both be trying out for All-State honors on October 18th. Good luck, ladies. Cashion fans, let's all get on our feet one more time and honor your 2023 Class 2A Competitive Cheer State Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, for your halftime entertainment, please welcome to the field the Pride of Cashion, under the direction of Philip Snow. Sit back and enjoy as the Pride will be performing 3 hits originally performed by the rock band Kiss, including Shout It Out Loud, Beth, and Rock and Roll All Night. Cashion fans, let's hear it for the pride of Cashion.
Come find your forever home at Regato Ranch.
And go Wildcats!
Founded by Jesse and Amy McCracken, Rural Pest Solutions is a Cashion-based, family-owned and operated company. Our focus is on providing the highest level of customer service while effectively treating many common invaders, including spiders, ants, roaches, mice, mosquitoes, fleas, ticks, and termites. Flexible scheduling and superior customer service are our top priority. Call us today to schedule your appointment. 405-283-6565.
For 31 years and counting, Community State Bank has taken great pride in being your hometown bank. With branches located in Cashion, Dover, and Hennessy, CSB strives to reflect the small-town hospitality these communities are known for. Our friendly staff is here to serve you and provide one of the best banking experiences around, equipping our customers with the latest in banking technology combined with a personal, down-home relationship. Come into one of our local branches or visit us at www.mycsb.com. Community State Bank, small-town banking, the way it should be. Member FDIC.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Cashion
All right, welcome back. Halftime just about to end. We've got a few minutes here, about 3 minutes left here before the start of the third quarter. Please, welcome back to Cashion Wildcats TV production of Cashion Wildcat Football. Neiman and Bobby. Chris Gibson bringing you action live from Maxon Field as the Wildcats find themselves down 7-6. It was a fast start, but it ended up being a defensive second quarter here, but give credit to the Wildcats. They gave up that touchdown run and then turned it right around and went 80 yards and got the score. So some good things. What did you see that was positive for the Wildcats there in the first half that they can take?
The positive I saw was the fact that they didn't fold. You know, right there at the beginning, just had a bad first drive, and then you give them the football, and they were able to just kind of drive right down the field doing whatever they wanted to and get in the end zone pretty easily. And then to come out and put together that 80-yard drive that just was methodical down the field was a massive positive that the Cashion Wildcats could take to the locker room and say, guys, look, we continue to do that and play the defense that we are capable of. We're in this game. We have an opportunity to win this and make the playoffs.
Yep, I love it. No, great statement. I love it. Wildcats, again, will be kicking off. We've got first half stats brought to you by Community State Bank. Wildcats with 9 first downs to Christian Heritage's 4. Total yards in favor of the Wildcats, again, 116-82. A lot of that coming from that second possession drive. Wildcats, 35 through the air, 81 on the ground. It was 21 attempts. Leading rusher for the Wildcats, guess who? Drew Westerhoff, 47 yards. His longest was 9, averaging right around 4.3. Ethan Waswa right behind him with 30. Waswa was 5 for 13 for 35 yards. Had one interception there at the end of half, basically a punt of sorts, kind of going for it with about 17 seconds left. So Wildcats are going to have to, you said it from the beginning, pound and ground, right? Ground and pound, right? The idea is that, that was a story for the game, for the keys of the game. That's why we got 6 points. Certainly is going to have to see a lot more of Drew Westerhoff, Ethan Waswo, Timmy Jones. Do we see a Carlos Martinez or a Caleb Duran running? I don't know.
I want to see more of that motion and just kind of keeping that defense off balance and little misdirections, because, I mean, that's where we were picking up that 4 or 5 yards. That's what kept us driving down the field on that 80-yard touchdown drive. And if we can continue to do that, and I don't know I think Shaq at the same time is wanting to keep them a little bit honest. But, hey, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
I agree.
Keep driving and keep doing what's working. And what was working in that first half, the way we had any kind of sustained drive, was line up, run the football with some misdirection and some motion. And let's keep doing that and try to win this ballgame.
Leading tacklers for the Wildcats, senior Benson with 4, Drew Westerhoff, the sophomore, with 4, Austin Compton, the sophomore, with 3, Caleb Duran, the junior, with 3, Tommy Branson with 3. So, again, usual suspects. Timmy Jones has been kind of locked out. He's kind of got lost in the wash. He's gotten a couple of double teams. Let's see if he can get himself free on the defensive side. And give credit again. It's not the same offense that Coach Franks had last year. They aired it out quite a bit. This year they attempted, 3 passes, got 2 of them. Again, leading rusher was I believe it was number 14, Caleb Gideon. He's got 60 yards. Again, his long was that 28-yard touchdown run. So we'll see what the Wildcats can do. This is going to turn into a 1972 run fest here, possibly.
Yeah, no doubt. And that's the thing is, you talked about it. Last year they threw it a little bit more. We did too. But these are 2 completely different football teams from what we saw last year. And it's going to be, we mirror each other a lot, And I think what we're going to see here in this second half is who's just tougher, who can line up and run the football and really continue to drive down the field and sustain drives. And whoever can do that is going to take this away and punch their ticket pretty much, essentially punch their ticket to the playoffs.
Wildcats score. Do they go for 2 or kick the extra point?
Right now you're going to have to go for 2. I mean, they've got a kicker that can punch it through almost every single time. So you try to punch it in, get that kind of even things back out if you can, and then or just score a touchdown and don't let them score again. But I think you go in right there. You go ahead and try to punch it in for 2, get that extra point back that you missed, and go from there.
All right, Chris broke it down. If you're not listening, you're not learning. Chris is telling you exactly what's supposed to be happening, can happen, should happen. He's making sure that you guys stay as knowledgeable as possible. So make sure you turn us up full blast. Listen to my man Chris Gibson, one of the best color guys in the biz here for us. On one of the leading streaming services. And big shout out to our Squirtle family, allowing us to bring this to you guys as much as we possibly can. Wildcats kicking off. It'll be Waltman. Last time it was an onside. Do we expect another onside here? Looks like he's setting up for one.
I mean, I would more rather try to spank one right into somebody's chest.
It is an onside of onside. He's going to get the flip. It's loose. Wildcats get it. Yes, sir. Right off the knee of number 16, Isaiah Schreier, the sophomore. Waltman got the bounce he needed, and the Wildcats have recovered the kickoff.
Yeah, and that's exactly – I mean, I was like, kick it a little harder. We've seen him do that in the past, and it's just been a more of a trickle there waiting for that bounce. That time he put a little bit of speed behind it.
He did.
Got the bounce right up off the kid's shins, and Caleb Duran was there, Johnny on the spot, to pick up the ball for the Cashion Wildcats.
So Wildcats with the onside kick recovery on the Crusader side of the field, their best field position easily all night. Waspo handoff to Westerhoff. He trips, gains his feet, is able to move forward. Nice work there by the sophomore after thought he might fall at the line of scrimmage. Gets about a 2-yard gain. That'll bring up 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, now they're going to try to just pile in and stop the run, and you had Max that time just split way out there and a kid on an island covering Max. And you want to be able to say if a team's going to do that, your ace receiver, your number 1 receiver out there has got to be able to win a one-on-one matchup out there at some point.
Waspo, the keeper on the fake sweep, he's going to bully his way into the close to the 40-yard line. That's a tough spot there. I thought he got close to the 40. That'll be at the 39. So nice little misdirection there by the Wildcats. They go a little bit up-tempo a little bit here, but stay in that double tight. Actually, it's a single tight end set. So Caleb Duran on the right side. We've got it looks like Westerhoff and Max Higdon now flexed out all the way over on the far side of the field. Grayson Davis aced out by himself. Timmy Jones to the left of Waswo. In motion is Davis. Let's see what happens here. He's going to loop-de-loop, 10:49 on the clock. Hand off to Jones. He's going to put his pads down. He's going to move forward. He's going to get maybe 1-2 yards. That'll bring up Fourth down, and definitely go for it situation. 4th and 2 here for the Wildcats.
Yeah, and I like this right here. Just stay patient, keep running the ball, pick up that 1, 2, 4 yards at a time, and just continue to move the chains. Big play right here for the Cashion Wildcats to keep this drive alive.
10-24, 4th and 2. Almost get the offsides. Don't get it there on the jump. Big 2 yards. You have to get to the 37. Jones, left side. He's going to cut forward. He's going to move.
Nice.
The kid's showing the strength. Timmy Jones, first down, Wildcats.
That is all Timmy Jones, and just a big heartfelt run right there. Timmy, they got him. They hit him before the first down marker, but he was able to kind of spin out of that, keep his feet driving, and pick up the first down. Big, huge first down for the Cashion Wildcats to reset that chain.
After getting that onside kick, would hate to lose it on that situation. Clock running, 9:59, 1st and 10 from the Crusader 36. Timmy Jones to the left of Waswo. Higdon and Drew Westerhoff flexed out here on the side. Back to pass. Waswo going deep. He gets hit. Higdon's going to have to fight for this. And that one's knocked down as the jump ball goes up. And guess who? It's number 11, Tate Campbell, the junior for the Crusaders, who's been all over the ball in defense.
Yeah, and, you know, if you're going to throw the ball down the field to Max right there, I'd rather do it whenever he's matched up one-on-one with number 3 that's a sophomore that doesn't have the height that number 11 has there. Number 11, Mr. Tate Campbell, he's done a good job of kind of keeping Max contained. Try to challenge somebody else there.
I like the shot. Let's see what happens here. 2nd and 10. Loose ball in through the hands. Waswo's going to roll out. He's got a chance. He's going to try to throw it away.
And that's not.
And they're going to say there is a receiver in the vicinity. Do not throw that flag. We had Max Higdon, who was 10 yards away from that ball, so that should not be a grounding. But Waswo's got to know he's got to get that out near the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and that was going to be my worry, and they are going to throw the flag there of grounding. And I think the reason they probably threw that was because Max was inside the numbers. When I looked down there, Max was inside the numbers. If he would have been outside the numbers, I think they probably would have said he was in the vicinity.
So not only is a massive walk-off all the way back to the 44 of the Cashion side of the field.
So is that 5 yards from the spot of the throw?
I guess so.
And a loss of down.
And a loss of down. So that's 3rd and double sticks from the
triple sticks, I think.
Wildcats have to get to the 26-yard line in Crusader territory, so that's unfortunate. And so with that. And that's, again, if we had sticks on both sides of the field, maybe Waspo would have known. Back to pass, empty set, 4-man rush. He's going to have to step up. He does. We have a holding call. He's going to throw it deep. That one's going to be picked off. And that'll give credit to number 4. Second interception of the Knights. This one, it goes to Silas McGee. And with the flag, most likely declined on the holding. It is holding on Cashion. Coach Franks will decline, and that will end it for the Wildcats. What started off spectacular with the onside kick recovery at midfield, a big first down pickup by Timmy Jones, and then a couple of negative plays. And the Wildcats give it right back to the Crusaders right around the 40-yard line.
Yeah, and that intentional grounding, I mean, that was just Ethan trying to make a play. I mean, that was a snap over his head.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was kind of thinking, how did that even happen? But that was a snap over his head. He got the ball trying to make a play.
Great job to get it on the bounce.
And so you can't really fault Ethan on that. But, man, I want to see if we're going to throw the ball. We haven't had very much success throwing it deep.
Over the head of the –
go get on.
It looks like – and we have number 4. So we saw Silas McGee taking snaps at halftime. I wonder if so clearly something's happened to Dylan French, either from a standpoint of production or injury. Nonetheless, it looks like Silas McGee, the sophomore, isn't at quarterback.
So Marshall Brown is in there.
And so with that, we have Gideon back there. No, it's Marshall Brown.
Well, Marshall Brown's running back.
No, it's Gideon. No, it's 14. We got Gideon at running back.
Yeah.
So with the keeper right side, small lanes, got a few yards after the loose ball, picks up quite a bit there on 2nd down. That's unfortunate. Give credit to the sophomore, again, Silas McGee, following his blockers right side. So I wonder if this change, do you see number 8? Do you see Dylan French on the sideline with a helmet off?
I don't even see him over there right now, but it's kind of hard to see.
I don't think he took a hit or anything. So with that, it's 3rd down and 11, clock running, 8:20 in motion Little jet sweep handoff. Wildcats string it out. Missed tackle. But do good enough work to keep it down, and that'll be 4th down and long. And let's see if Coach Franks will punt.
Being that they're on their side of the football field, they're going to
see what happens, Chris? See what happens?
You whenever they don't start on your side of the football field, there's an opportunity for them to punt. And that's what we saw right here. And good job by the Cashion Wildcat defense. We had a little help. They had a snap over the head too. But I am happy to see Max back there receiving this so we don't hit and roll to the 5.
So punt is off. Max Higdon standing right around his 20. That one's going to go out of bounds. Let's see where they mark it.
It's going to be close to where it went out of bounds.
And they're going to have to step this off. Keep walking, line judge. Keep walking. He's at the 25. Keep going, sir. Keep going. He'll stop at the 29. So the Wildcats will take over. So good work by the defense. Both teams had high snaps that kind of ruined things for themselves. Wausau was able to get it, but did get the in essence, the grounding, which basically should have been, in essence, like a fumble.
I want to keep the throws underneath. Like I was saying earlier, we haven't had any success throwing the ball down the field. Where we've had success is just underneath routes and running the football.
2-back set. This time, Caleb Duran with the ball, and he gets hit at the line. So Wildcats changed it up a little bit with Timmy Jones and Duran in the backfield. Westerhoff, Higdon, and Davis out at wide receiver. It looks like we're going to have a change here, or no, we won't. We're going to stay in that double back set. We'll just swap receivers. So no gain. Clock running 7-12. Wildcats from the 29, 2nd and 10. And you know what's worked are those tunnels and curls and those digs. Nothing deep has worked tonight at all.
No.
So single back set. So Duran will go into that tight end spot there. So a little bit more protection. Davis in motion. Keeper rolling to his right.
Davis.
Fumble out of the hands of Ethan Waswo, and that is an unforced error. So Wildcats with another turnover. Wildcats with an interception at the end of the half, an interception to start, and now a fumble. And that'll give the ball to the Crusaders in the red zone for the Wildcats.
Yeah, and that time just Ethan was getting out there on the edge, just trying to keep his eyes down the field, but what kind of flashed open right at the beginning there was that cornerback turned and ran with the receivers that were on this side, and Grayson was coming across, kind of did a little bubble screen there, just get him the ball and let him go make some plays.
High snap coming back in, and I got to give credit to the sophomore, Silas McGee.
Yeah, I mean, that ball was way over his head, and he was able to just tap it
got
back
5
to
yards.
himself and still pull it down and get 5 yards.
So credit to the sophomore. I thought we might have had a chance to get another one. He's banged up a little bit. He's getting hit. I don't know if he's signed up for this. But 2nd and 5, clock running from the 9, 6:20. That was a huge mistake there by the Wildcats. Huge turnover. And so the Crusaders in scoring position can easily make this field goal as well to extend it to a 10-6 lead. Snap inside to hand off to Gideon. He's got a big hole. He's going to break a couple hand tackles, and that's a touchdown. Crusaders. So from 9 yards out, Crusaders hit goal line and add to their total now, up 13-6.
Yeah, and that time he just gets on that left side, and nobody really steps up in the gap there to meet him, and he's able to just rumble in for 6, get in the end zone, and they're going to try to punch it in here to go up by 8.
Kicking extra point here is number 22, Nathan Dinwiddie. Again, we talked about his leg, extra strong. It should be a chip shot for him. Low snap. It's loose. It's going to try to run for 2. Not sure if this was planned or not. Throws it up a prayer. They knock it down, and that's a big-time stop there by the Wildcats. Did they look like they were meaning to do that?
They did that all on their own right there. I mean, that was all planned. And why do that? Just go ahead, kick the field goal, go up by 8. That way you know for sure that the other team has to go for 2 the next time, and if you stop them, you're still ahead. So I don't know why, when you've got a kicker that can punch it through, a chip shot extra point, go ahead and do it. Take the points.
Now, it wasn't as clean of a snap. I still think they could have gotten off. Maybe they've got a rule on the team that if it's never clean.
Fire.
Absolutely. So that's a big play for the Wildcats. Again, going down 8 and having to go for 2 just to tie it would have been a big deal. Now, again, still scoring is still a big deal, but Wildcats will have their third possession. Again, as I said, maybe the rule of threes are over with as we went interception, interception, and fumble the last three possessions. Hopefully this will be the one that gets us in the end zone. Wildcats defense actually doing well, and I think that's just a situation where I think they were just they made a little gas there.
I mean, you're gassed. You had a big stop. You had a chance to get the ball back and drive the field. Then you turn around and look. They have the ball on the 20-yard line or whatever it was, so you're just kind of backed up there. The momentum is not on your side, and they get in the end zone. So now, same thing in that first half where you kind of had this same feel, right? It's kind of quiet, nothing's going on. Get the ball in your hands. Huge possession right here for the Cashion Wildcats to have a sustained drive put together to get the ball game back tied up.
That one will get in the end zone, and if you follow high school rules, I don't know them all, but I know this one. Once that ball crosses the goal line in any form or fashion, it is an automatic touchback. So,
yeah, and that's where if somebody was looking at that going, yeah, he could catch that and run it out. As soon as it crosses that line, it's a touchback, and there's no point in really backing up back there and trying to do anything extra.
So Wildcats, third possession of the second half. They had a great opportunity, got the onside to start, had the interception, and then get a great stop, get the ball back, fumble. Wildcats now here will start the 20. Waswell back to pass, curl route. That one's over the head of Westerhoff. I'm pretty sure Westerhoff was the intended receiver. A little disturbed look there. So Wildcats, and we've gotten away from the run.
Yeah, we have, and
maybe the Crusaders have done something.
I don't know. I mean, they did stack up to try to stop the run. I mean, I saw that, and we had guys out on islands. But the thing is, we still ran the ball against that, and we're still picking up 3 or 4 yards.
Waswell with a big hole, stay on his feet, knocking over runners all the way to the 41. Great job there by Ethan Waswell. Big time run. That's a first down, Cashion Wildcats.
Hey, Ethan has some pent-up frustration right there. That time it was a called run for Ethan. He pulls the ball down, and he is running on a mission. And the poor whatever, didn't even sure what number.
That was
number
2. Yeah, it was number 2.
He's out there in the way of Ethan with fire in his eyes. It gets just completely smoked.
First and 10, keeper by Waswell. He's going to cut back outside. Nice job there, still on his feet, gets a few. Good vision there by Waswell. Cutting back outside, following his blockers, gets positive yards, and that's all we've talked about, right? Positive yards, keep the ball moving.
Keep the ball moving forward, even if it's 2 yards, 3. I mean, if you can get those 3 yards a pop, you're going to pick up first downs, and especially the closer you get to that 50, the more of a chance you're going to be able to go for it on 4th down.
5:10 on the clock, actually right at 5 minutes now here in the third quarter. Second down and about 7. Hand off to Jones. He's got a hole right side. He's going to bull through. Nice little gain there by Timmy Jones, dropping the pads, getting low. Give credit to number 77. We don't have his name on the roster, and this is not good as Caleb Duran is shook up. Hopefully it's a cramp, but it might be something else. So let's go ahead and take a timeout. Be right back. Cashion Wildcats TV.
C is a church seeking to grow in Christ and our love for the body of Christ. With ministries from children to youth to adults, we strive to present the gospel in an engaging and meaningful way. Sunday school meets at 9:45 a.m. and worship starts at 11 a.m. Children and youth meet on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Please check our website at cashionfbc.org for more information, and we hope to see you this Sunday, located a half-mile east of Cashion.
Looking for a solution to your water well problem or just needing a new well drilled? Western Drilling does water well drilling and repair. They are experts in pumping system installation, troubleshooting, and repair. Western Drilling works with domestic, ag, and irrigation wells. Give them a call today and explore all the solutions. Western Drilling supports Cashion High School. Go Wildcats!
Welcome back. Looks like Duran still shooken up. He's walking off on his own strength. Might be a left ankle injury. Tough kid.
Yeah, he is a kid that is, he may not have the big plays, but he does a lot of intangibles that if he's not on the field, especially on the defensive side of the football field, you're going to notice.
3rd and 3 for the Wildcats. Waswell handoff. He'll keep it. Westerhoff, and there's a ton of Crusaders in the backfield. And so give credit. That was number 33, Bryce Graham, another senior, And I'll tell you what, the seniors are showing up here for the Crusaders. So loss of 2, it's going to be 4th down territory. They're going to go for it. So 4th and 6, 4:24 on the clock. Riker Johnson has checked in at wide receiver as Drew Westerhoff has moved to running back. Timmy Jones has gone to tight end with the Caleb Duran injury. And I think they're still looking at him. So big down here, 4th and 5, 4:08 on the clock. Waspo back to pass. He's going to go deep to Higdon. He's getting grabbed. Big catch! 15, 10, 5. Yes, sir! Cashion Wildcats. Touchdown, Max Higdon. 46 yards. And the Wildcats have a chance to tie it up.
Hey, I said we didn't have any success throwing the ball down the field. Shaq says, watch this. I'm going to put it in the hands of my quarterback. Still have faith in him, knowing that he can deliver a ball down the field. Max Higdon runs a great route. Ethan drops one in the breadbasket. Max catches it, stays in bounds, goes in for the big touchdown for the Cashion Wildcats.
That's big time. Wildcats are going to go for 2 here, so they're going to go ahead and Adley Jerry will come off the field. They're going to have to burn a timeout. That's unfortunate. That's an important timeout here on an extra point.
I'm okay with the timeout because, this is massive. We've got to get this in the end zone to tie the ball game up. We still had 25 seconds on the play clock, so we weren't in a big hurry, but Shaq wants to get his offense over there and just reiterate how important this is, get something really, a really good game plan in place, and then the boys have to go out there and execute it.
Totally agree, Chris. So let's talk about this. We were watching. We knew what was happening. Waspo, we're following his eyes. We look up. I know we both were looking at Higdon. That time there was a lot hand fighting. That time I loved Higdon fighting through that, kept his speed, and was able to come down in a high pressure situation on that 4th down and 5, 4th down and 6 to make that huge catch. Man, talk about guts.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, like I said, you said, what are they seeing? They must be seeing something that CHA has done that you're going to try to open it up and throw the ball instead of run it, where we've seen the success. Well, they did. They stacked the box. They had a lot of kids in. Everybody was playing man-to-man. And Shaq just thinks, I'm going to give these kids, I know they can do it. I know I've got the faith and the confidence in these boys to make the big play. And he stuck to his game plan, and he kind of knows. Shaq's been doing this a long time. Whenever he sees something, he knows when he's got an advantage. Even if it's not working 2, 3 times, 4 times, he's going to stick to it. And now this is massive right here, because if we go in right here on 2, this is how important that extra point was. If we go in on 2 right here, we take the lead.
So Higdon flexed out. Drew Westerhoff next to Waswo. Snap. Waswo fumble, picks it up. He's going to try to run it. Still on his feet.
Pitch it.
Pitches it out to Grayson Davis, and he won't have a chance as he's run out of bounds. And so the Wildcats' 2-point conversion fails. Tough snap, and that's been kind of the story for both teams. Center to quarterback exchange, whether it's the center's fault or quarterback. That's a tough blow, tough situation. But the Wildcats do answer. So just like in the first half, CHA goes down and scores on a short field. Wildcats get the ball back, go 80 yards, and are able to respond. And the extra point's a difference here as the Wildcats find themselves down 13-12 here in the third quarter.
Now the importance of this is just keep this momentum going. Like in the first half, we had that big drive. We get a stop. We had the momentum, and then we just kind of fluttered out. We just could never keep the ball moving down the field. So get the ball back in the hands of the Wildcats. Come on, defense. Step up here. Get the ball back in the hands of the offense, and then let's carry the momentum back down the field, get in the end zone again to take the lead. A big defensive drive. Hey, go ahead and get an onside here again.
Well, I know it's not an onside. So I think what's going to happen is this little game of cat and mouse. So maybe
try to punch it down there.
Well, no, he's setting up for this is a onside.
But he's aimed more towards the
inside
of the field here.
His placement on the tee is onside again.
Right at number 77.
Everybody's up. Another onside. That one will fall down in the hands of number 19, Ace Tran. And Wildcats, 3 kickoffs. They're able to get one of the onsides. And so, again, it'll be a situation where the Crusaders will be taking over right at midfield again. This time at the Cashion 49. So first down and 10 for the Crusaders. Again, if you just joined us, Dylan French.
Has the Crusaders scored if they had to start on their side of the football in this game?
No. I know, baby. All right, so again, number 4, Silas McGee in for Dylan French. He's got a nice lane, breaking tackles. Good patience there by the sophomore. He kind of waited for that lane to open up, and that's a big 10-yard run there on first down to move the chains. So Dylan, so I don't know if this was by design, but Coach Franks decided to pull the cord on Dylan French there in the first quarter, say we ain't going to pass the ball, let's run, and it's going to be our guy Silas McGee to do that. It's Caleb Gideon in the backfield. That should be a legal motion, but it's not. Gideon with the ball, he's caught up and swashed.
That is offside. That's an offside penalty right there, illegal motion.
So I mean we're clearly missing something because you and I watch football. We're looking at stuff that should normally be called that's not being called, and it's not being called consistently. So
maybe we're wrong.
Maybe we're clearly there's a real, I don't know. 2nd and 10, no gain on that one. French, another handoff to Gideon. He's going to go right side. He's got a big lane. He's going to fall forward. That's a big healthy run there. Eventually brought down, looks like by Max Higdon. So that'll bring up 3rd down and about 6, or 3rd down and about 4, I should say.
Well, right here it's massive for those boys up front to continue to get a push and give the opportunity to those linebackers to come downhill and get a stop.
It's going to be a keeper by the quarterback. He's looking for some room. He's going to be stopped right at the sticks. He's going to be about a half a yard short. That should be 4th down. So give credit. I feel like Silas McGee has his best runs are when it's a botched play.
Yeah, and it's almost like we
got a flag.
Delayed, you know what I mean? And it's almost like just even though it's a botched snap or botched this, that delay kind of gives him an opportunity to just find a hole and go for it because we don't have anybody coming up to fill those gaps.
4th and 1, no flag. Keeper, loose ball, doesn't know where to go. He's got a chance. Wildcats had a huge opportunity to get a stop on 4th down and somehow take Silas McGee to the casino because this guy is living life right as he went the wrong way, the running back went the other way, and somehow still got a huge first down.
I mean, just stand there, not knowing where to go, and just then go, oh, there's nobody to hand it to, and then pick up 10.
Back to pass. McGee, he's going to hit his guy. Big hit, Westerhoff. Nice job. Looks like the receiver was number 2. And that's Brave Baker, the junior wide receiver. So
I'm really surprised they even tried to throw the ball there. I mean, they've had success just lining up and putting it in the hands of number 4 and letting him go get 4 or 5 yards. I don't know why you put it in the air there and take the chance for an interception.
So Joel Franks going with the sophomore, Silas McGee at quarterback, benching Dylan French. Not sure if it's an injury or not. It might be. It looks like it might be a shoulder. McGee will keep it. No holding call. He's going to stretch it out, use his feet. And looks like he will get right at the sticks. That was Kellen Smith who was getting in pursuit. And so that'll be 1st down and goal. So Silas McGee showing his speed. And really it's just him. It's just basically a wildcat. He's just keeping it and running it. They're most likely going to give it to Caleb Gideon. Let's see what happens here. They'll go ahead and give it to him right in the A-gap, and that'll be a touchdown. So again, this possession starting on the Cashion 49. They go 49 yards. It's a 1-yard TD. So back-to-back-to-back back-to-back-to-back touchdowns here between the two teams as Gideon goes in for his 3rd touchdown of the night.
So first drive, Cashion 46, they score. They started on their 49. They punt.
Their 45.
Their 45 punt.
Their
47 missed field goal.
And then that was at half.
Then half. So then
their 40.
Their 40. They punt. Our 14 they scored.
Yeah.
Our 49 they scored. We keep them a starting position, field position on their side of the football field. They haven't scored tonight. I don't care if it's on their 49. Let's get them a starting field position on their side of the 50, and we have a massive just you can just see it right there how important that is to be able to keep them on their side of the 50 to start their drives. And that all starts on the kickoffs. Like, I'm okay with those onsides every once in a while, but let's try to back them up and make them earn.
I would much rather kick it out of bounds at this point.
Yes. I mean, kick it out of bounds and start on the 35.
So with that, give credit to Silas McGee. He's been the difference maker here. I know all 3 touchdowns are, under Caleb Gideon, but it's been Silas McGee in the second half that's done all of the work for the Crusaders. on fourth down, that huge fourth down pickup where he basically turned around, looked 17 different directions, and then went ahead and ran for an 11-yard first down run. Wildcats will come back out in field goal position or a kickoff return, most likely, as we've seen all day today. It's been number 22, Nathan Dinwiddie, the junior, who kicked it out of bounds. He has the win. So down 20-12, Wildcats are going to have to answer. All right, so 49 seconds left here in the third quarter. It's not panic time, but Wildcats definitely have got to make things happen. They're going to have to go for two if they score here for sure to try to tie it up. It's a big leg. Again, those runs that the Wildcats had in 2019, actually 2018, 2019, you had a great kicker then, and the 2020, 2021, lots of great kickers for the Wildcats, and just kind of in that in-between situation right now. Special teams, again, a big third of the game. So give credit. We only say that not to downplay Cashion, but to really give the Crusaders, an advantage.
And the thing is, Adley's good, some extra points, but what we're talking about is really get that special teams kickoff down the field to
so rollout pass had three guys.
Position.
It looked like Higdon was taking the corner out of the play, and it was basically a flood over there with Drew Westerhoff and Davis. Waswo had his chance. Looks like Waswo's kind of hesitating on that throw. Looks like when he needs to throw it, maybe he's thinking too much.
Yeah, and I don't know if he's just waiting for that kid to open up a little bit more or just find that perfect time to throw it. But when you see him open, you got to pull the trigger, deliver a strike.
Second down and long. Davis on the jet sweep. He's going to try to get the outside. Does. Gets a few yards still on his feet. Gets to the 25-yard line, it looks like. So a gain of 5 there. That'll bring up third and manageable for the Cashion offense. Actually, it's just a gain of 4. No, it should be 5. Yeah, there it is. Yep. So third down and 5, 25 seconds left here in the third quarter. Empty backfield here for the Wildcats from the 25. Waswo keeper.
Up the middle again with just the passion and the fire that he ran with before. I'll take that.
Back to pass is Waswo coming back. He had Riker Johnson open. He's going to get flushed out to the left. He's going to have to run for his life, and he throws that one in the dirt. I think he might have had a chance to get that one. It would have been close, but that one falls to the feet of Grayson Davis, and that'll bring up fourth down and punt time. So give credit to the Christian Heritage Crusaders as they were able to force the 3 and out and the punt, and they'll be getting the ball back, and again, really good field position. So let's see if the Wildcats maybe can get something going on defense. Maybe get a strip.
Hey, get an interception. Last week what really kept us in that ball game and got us the victory was the defense and having the turnovers. I think we had 4 turnovers in that ball game. So defense is going to have to step up here and get a big turnover. Stop the ball. Keep it on their side of the 50.
Great punt there by Waltman. Didn't get the roll that we needed. Gosh. Had everything right over the head of the receiver. It landed right at the 47 and went straight towards the Crusader sideline. It could have gotten a few more yards. But nonetheless, to your point, is at least it's on the Crusader side of the field and not on our side. Yeah. So with that, we have the end of the fourth quarter. We have the last 12 that we'll put on the board. We'll take a quick timeout. Hang tight. We'll be right back with fourth quarter action.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
All right, welcome back. Cashion Wildcats TV production of Cashion Wildcat Football 2023. Neiman Ababi, Chris Gibson bringing you tonight's action on a Thursday night live from Maxon Field as we have district play in A3 as the Wildcats taking on the Crusaders. And right now, the Crusaders with the lead. It's been back and forth, 20-12 here. They were able to force a 3 and out by the Cashion offense, and they're back at it on offense from their own 47. Again, they've celebrated starting field position right at midfield all night. Loose ball! It's over the head of Silas McGee. Still loose. It's still on the ground. Still loose. Wildcats recover. And there's the break we were talking about. turnover, and the Wildcats have the chance here to tie it up. And it looks like, is that Drew
Westerhoff? That is
and Drew
not good.
Westerhoff down on the ground. I'm not sure what happened there, if he took a cheap shot or not. Drew, a tough kid, and that's a tough spot for a play to occur.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there with Drew, but, man, that's what we were talking about, needing a big turnover, big play, and right there, the Cashion Wildcats got gifted one, boys. And now you got to go out there and take advantage. And, man, just we need Drew. We just don't want him to be down and out of this ball game. For one, just he's a great kid, too. You got to have him out there to really be able to function as an offense because a lot of that revolves around him. Yep, definitely one of your leading receivers. He's definitely one of the leading he was the leading rusher of the game today thus far, at least at one point at halftime, and he's a fantastic defensive player as well. So Caleb Duran's back out there, so good to see number 44 trotting back out there. Wildcats clearly with their best field position of the day on the 16 of the Crusaders. I went back and looked at it. It looked like it was a little friendly fire. I think one of our linemen just kind of got out there and got mixed up with him and tripped him up. All right, my bad if I mentioned any evil doing there by the Crusaders. 1st and 10 from the 16, 11:52. Waswo handoff to Jones. Jones with a little kickback into the lane, spun down. Nice work there by planting a foot, getting upfield. And that's a nice gain of about 4 or 5 there for the junior. Yeah, just keep that going right there. Keep that misdirection. Keep the motion in the backfield and keep those linebackers kind of leaning one way or the other and just keep pounding the football straight at the Crusaders and punch it in right here. Wildcats will keep Jones in the backfield. Riker Johnson in the slot next to Davis. Higdon by himself aced out here on the short side. In motion is Riker Johnson. Little wheelie. Keeper by Waswo's got a huge lane to the 5. On his feet, touchdown, Ethan Waswo. Strong run. 12-yard touchdown. The Wildcats have a chance to tie it up. Right here, we talked about needing a big play on defense. I don't know how much of that we did, but we did get down there and get on it and put the ball back in the hands of the Cashion Wildcats and then go 2 plays and punch it in for a chance to tie this ball game up. Huge job there and let's just start with Caden Seeley in the middle. Great work there, Waltman among the group. Tommy Branson, fantastic work in that middle left side to open up that huge lane. Waswo at the 3-yard line. Well, 11 minutes left here with a chance to tie it up. Higdon in motion. Waswo will keep it, go right side, trying to follow Timmy Jones. Still working on his feet. Does he get in? Nope, he's going to be short. About to the half-yard line. He kind of got turned the wrong direction there and wasn't able to punch it in. But, man, we're back in it, though. I mean, you got the ball. You put it in the end zone. We're able to get within 2 points here. Now, again, you got this fourth quarter here. Step up defense, put the ball back in the hands of the offense with time to really crunch it down the field and burn the clock as you go in for a score. And that's the way the Cashion Wildcats are going to be able to win this ball game. No, well stated, Chris. Well stated. And, that's a situation I think Waswo was going too fast. He had Timmy Jones coming through as a lead blocker. And I think Timmy did more of a job of tackling Waswo and getting in his way than the Crusaders, and that's a situation where, man, like to get that one back. But give him credit. The defense did their part. They gave the chance back, gave the ball back to the guys in the gold helmets. And nice drive there. Started with the Timmy Jones run to the 12th, and then it was all Ethan Waswo with his second rushing touchdown of the day. He also has a passing touchdown to Higdon in the third quarter. So let's get it past the 50. I don't know. It's another onside. It's another onside. So this one's again short side. Let's see if Waltman can get that extra oomph from that extra kick. Big hop. That's loose. Ball still loose. Get on it. Oh my gosh. Wildcats had a chance. Timmy Jones slams the turf in anger. It was so close. That one goes off the hands, the shoulder pad of Ace Tran. Give credit to number 12, Gabe Holschauer, the junior, who's able to fall on that. 2 Wildcats in the vicinity. But, hey, partner, at least it's on the Crusader side of the field. See, that's the onsides that I like. Kick it with some speed and some oomph and get it past that 50-yard line and give yourself a chance. And if you don't get it, at least it's backed up on their side of the football field. All right, so defense back out there again. Trips left here. Okay. Unique formation. Let's see what happens. Again, it's Silas McGee in the backfield along with Caleb Gideon. Silas McGee with that fumble. Breaks one tackle. Is able to squeeze through. Who was that in the backfield? Was that Caleb Duran? No, that was Mr. Juan Melendez.
Juan Melendez.
Came flying through there and just couldn't get get his hands wrapped around. But that's the thing is, a lot of that football, just get an ankle, do something, slow him down, and be able to get the tackle for loss there would have been huge.
Yeah, Silas McGee, he's living life right again. He's got another. Outside of that fumble, which wasn't his fault, he saved the bacon of the Crusaders. Big pickup there. He's going to go ahead and keep it. No holding call. Cut back. Nowhere to go. Great job by the Wildcat pursuit. Guess who? Timmy Jones. First there. Tommy Branson. Caleb Duran. Duran still nursing that ankle. Still fighting it out. Warrior.
Tommy Branson was getting up the field, and he went out to go out and make the tackle, and he was held. And I think everybody on this sideline, you could hear it's just a hold, and no flags come out. Luckily, Timmy Jones coming downhill to make the stop.
So that's 3rd and 7. Big down here for the Wildcats. 10-10 on the clock. Fourth quarter, Wildcats down 2. Silas McGee back to pass. He's got a guy deep. And that one is caught. And he's going to break the tackle and give credit to number 11, Tate Campbell. We've called his name. And that was a case there where we had our guy Grayson Davis in coverage. He came back to go for the interception. Probably just needed to play the player, even get a pass interference. And that's a big hookup for a touchdown, and that'll extend the lead here for the Crusaders.
Yeah, that time just Grayson let him get behind him. I mean, it's man-to-man coverage. Man up. Keep the guy in front of you. Turn and run with him. When you see the ball in the air, go up and just knock it down. And you keep the Crusaders out of the end zone. That was going to be a 4th down. Yep. I mean, that was 3rd down right there. That would have been 4th and 7. Yep. They're punting the ball because they're on their side of the football field.
After the extra point is Nathan Dinwiddie. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it is good.
So now, I mean, we're still 2 possessions down. Yeah. I mean, that puts us down where we're 9 points down, and so we're going to have the ball back in our possession twice to be able to come back and take the lead in this ball game.
Yeah, Davis is getting an earful, and that's again learning, growing. I don't think there's a lot of schools in Class A that are throwing out 2 cornerbacks at that are freshmen. The Wildcats are going to have to live and die by that. It's not an excuse, and that's something hopefully what you want from Davis is to learn from it. And just, again, talking about the situation, just run with your guy. Don't turn back. Worst case scenario, you make the back judge have to throw a pass interference call, right?
Yep.
That's the worst case, but you don't give up the touchdown. You give your defense a chance to go back out there. Just run. Just run with him. As long, the rule that Alex always lived by when he played corner when he had 8 interceptions in his junior season was as long as I had my hand on his shirt, near his shirt, I knew I was in a place. When I wasn't, I needed to make sure my hand was on his shirt, on his shoulder, I had a chance. And then he could turn around and he could make a play on it. Otherwise, he was still running with that kid, making sure that he was with him. So with that, it'll be a kickoff. The wind is against the Wildcats, so they're playing up. Let's see if Dinwiddie can hit it into the end zone. He's got a strong leg. Actually, he does have the wind with him, so Wildcats are playing up regardless. It'll be Grayson Davis, the freshman back for the Wildcats. And that one will go deep. That one's going to hang up, and that one's going to bounce. And hopefully, it didn't roll out the 1. It rolls out, thankfully, for the Wildcats. It rolls out of bounds in the end zone.
Well, if it would have rolled at the 1, we would have had it at the 35. So I would have rather it rolled out
I was shocked why we were playing up so much on that. I mean, they had the wind, and the kid's got a strong enough leg.
Maybe they thought it's going to go through the back of the end zone because kids got the ball or the wind at the back of his back.
Well, I wouldn't have my guy at the 20. Anyway, regardless, it's Wildcat football. Guess what? From the 20, Wildcats' 11th possession of the game. Drew Westerhoff in motion in the backfield. Waswo going and looking for Riker Johnson. Nothing there. He's flushed out.
Come back, Riker.
And he cannot. This is a place where you cannot take a sack. And that's a place where Waswo's just got to tuck. He's got to know that clock in his head. He's got to go. He's got to go.
And I think he was looking for Riker deep, but the kid turned and ran. When you as a receiver, if you turn and you see your quarterback coming back, just scrambling, at that point, come back to the football. Come back to the quarterback and let him try to deliver a pass to you on the sideline there.
Huge sack there for the Crusaders. Wildcats 2nd and long. And they're going to come back. Riker Johnson coming back across the middle. Higdon with the catch and after the hit, great concentration, and that was a fantastic ball by Waswo coming across for a huge first down.
Yeah, and that route took a little bit of time to come to fruition because Ethan was back there a long time, so give credit to the boys up front to give him time enough for that route to come open, and then great job by Ethan to step into the throw and deliver a strike.
9 minutes on the clock. Wildcats driving here. Westerhoff on a sweep. Waswo will keep it. Face mask call? Are they going to call it? Nope. Looks like that was a tough situation there. Kind of good tackle there, I guess, by the Crusaders. So it's just a short gain of 2 as Waswo comes back up. Actually a gain of 1. So 2nd and 9, 8:43 on the clock. We'll keep the clock for you here on play-by-play. Riker Johnson checking back in. Wildcats will go 5 wide. Here, no tight ends, so it's going to be Austin Compton in the middle there in the slot between Higdon and Davis. Waswo empty backfield. Clock running. Lots of time getting shed off. Back to pass, pressure up. Waswo steps up. He's going to keep it, gets hit at the 40 and dropped. And that'll be a loss of 1. They're going to give him forward progress. Looks like, no, they'll give it right to the 40. So it'll be 3rd down and 10 here for the Wildcats. They came up big last time with that big hit, big catch by Max Higdon across the middle. Let's see if the Wildcats will try that again. Crossing routes have been good tonight, right?
Yeah,
Digs have been good.
If he has time to sit in that pocket for about 4 seconds before he's having to kind of scramble, that's when you're going to be able to give him time enough to look down the field and make those passes.
Waswo in the tunnel. And that one is dropped by Higdon right between his hands, in between his legs. And it's 4th down. They have to go for it.
Yeah, because, we've got to be able to score here because, like I said, it's going to take 2 possessions for us to take the lead in this ball game. So if we don't pick this up right here, they're going to be able to get the ball in their hands, run the clock, and you run a lot of time off this clock, it's going to be really, really hard for the Cashion Wildcats to be able to move the ball down the field twice.
Timmy Jones comes in for a little protection there at the tight end spot. Trips up top. Higdon by himself. Ace by himself down here on the short side. Waswo looking at him. Come back. Throw. Too high. That would have been enough for the first down. In that situation, maybe Waswo throwing off his back foot, feeling the pressure a little bit. And so that one sails over the 6'3" Max Higdon. It was a good route. It was a good call. It was a tough situation there. So the turnover of downs will give the ball back to the Crusaders. And guess what? They're starting from the Cashion 40-yard line.
Have they – I guess they've been on their side of the 40.
Well, it was one time after they had to take a knee. They got an interception.
Right. Yeah. Long interception right before half.
Right before half, yeah. That's the only time, yeah. Otherwise, it's been right around midfield. Silas McGee, little keeper, gets outside. And nice cleanup there. Looks like Juan Melendez, among others. Initially there on the stop there is linebacker Caleb Duran. The guy's playing tough there on 1 foot, 1 leg. And give credit to Silas McGee. He's been the difference here. Wildcats have really stymied the Christian Heritage Crusaders offense. Coach Franks, either by accident or by choice, decided to pull sophomore Dylan French. I don't see him anywhere. Maybe he was injured. I don't know. But maybe by sheer luck, Silas McGee's come in, and he's been a difference maker for these guys. He'll go ahead and hand it off to Gideon. He'll run into a wall. He'll scoot forward. Hopefully he won't get all of that forward progress. He does just a 1-yard gain. They'll bring up 3rd down at about 4. Clock running, 6:48 on the clock.
Yeah, and you want to see this defense. It's not over. I keep saying we got to have the ball twice and we're running out of time, but it's not over. You get the ball back, you still have time to make a big play, get an onside kick, and still have an opportunity to win this ball game. So the defense right here has got to step up, get a stop right here, and what they're going to do is they're going to run the ball. 4 or 14 is going to get the ball in their hands. You got to come up strong, make strong physical tackles, and get a stop here to get the ball back in the hands of the Cashion Wildcats.
3rd and 4. Silas McGee will keep it right side. He's got a small lane. Tripped up. Drew Westerhoff with the tackle at the ankle. So great job by Drew filling that hole. Nice cutback there by Silas McGee. He's looking for extra. I've been really impressed with him running. I don't know if that will get them far in the playoffs, but certainly from this standpoint, Wildcats kind of bend, don't break. It's 4th and 2, 5:50 running clock. Coach Frank is going to use every bit of this clock. 20 seconds still left on the play clock. Game clock down to 5:43. Be able to work this down to 5:30 before he has to snap it. 4th and 2 from the 32-yard line. Silas McGee with Gideon in the backfield. He'll keep it roll right. Wildcats string it out, and they get the stop. Great job by the defense. And I'll tell you what, Coach Wood and this defense have come up big another time here. Let's see if the Wildcats can take care of it and get a score.
Yeah, that time Juan Melendez, and I think that might have been, was that Riker came up and made that stop there, or was that Westerhoff? But either one, they were coming downhill, met him at the point of attack, and was able to bring him down to give the Cashion Wildcats another chance to make a big play here and get down the field and score with an opportunity, with enough time to get the ball back and get down the field again.
So Wildcats will take over. We have a stop here. Looks like we've got a chain issue, a little equipment issue. I was bragging about our chain crew earlier. Big shout out to our great volunteers, all our fantastic volunteers working the concession stand, etc. Again, this is a family affair. Do we have a time? I'm not sure. I don't know if we have a timeout or not, but I guess everyone's going to go to the sidelines and figure it out. All right, Chris, 5:24. What's the story here?
5:24. I mean, you got plenty enough time on the clock to get down the field. We're going to have to air it out. I mean, there's no other way to do it. We don't have enough time to do that 3, 4, 5 yards
Right.
of pop, that we talked about early on. That's out the window. Now get together over here, get some route combinations that are going to work to be able to move the ball down the field and stay kind of. You can still use the sideline, stop the clock. Well, actually, you can't really stop the clock until it gets down below, 5 minutes in the fourth quarter. But we're 5:24, so that's not very far off.
Yeah.
Be smart. Work the clock. Save your timeouts if you can, and get down the field and score. If we can get a big play here and get in the end zone right here with still 5 minutes left on the clock, that's going to set us up perfectly. But what I see happening is we're going to have to take some big plays, big chunk plays to get down the field, get in the end zone, and then get an onside kick to be able to have an opportunity to win this ball game.
Wildcats with all 3 timeouts, 5:24 from their own 36-yard line, one of their better start fielding positions of the night. In motion is Jones to the right. Waswo empty set, back to pass, little tunnel screen, caught by Grayson Davis. Moves forward, and great job there by Davis, concentrating in traffic. Nice catch, moves forward. Gets about 7 on that, so it'll bring up 2nd and 3. And that tunnel's worked all night. It's been there.
Yeah, just being able to execute, and catch that ball and go to where that tunnel is. And good job right there by Grayson that time on first down.
Waswo back to pass again. Good protection. Coming back to the dig. That one was short, so Max coming back for that. Give credit to number 3. That was Asher Edelin, the sophomore, coming back against the junior Max Higdon. And that time looked like Waswo just lost a little bit of strength on that one. He had time.
Yeah, well, at the top of that route, you want to see Max really break down, come back to that football a little bit more. The defensive back did a good job of breaking on it, but you want to see Max coming back to that football and helping out your quarterback.
3rd and 4, Timmy Jones makes one guy miss, still moving forward, gets a big first down, and God bless you, Timmy Jones, making it happen. The Wildcats move the chains.
Yeah, Tim Jones right there, man, just putting his head down and just total effort by the junior to pick up that first down right there, and that's what's going to take. The heart and determination of all the boys right now to be able to move the ball down the field here, and we need a big chunk play to get us down the field with an opportunity to score.
Clock running, 4:33, 1st and 10 near midfield. Back to pass, Waswo waiting, come back. That one's tipped in the air. Westerhoff, is that going to be pass? If that one is tipped, it's not pass interference. So Westerhoff coming back for them one had a chance, and give credit to the Crusader defense on the pressure. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10. It stops the clock, though, for the Wildcats. Again, still with 3 timeouts right at the 49.
Yeah, and we're lucky right there. That ball was up in the air for a long time, and Drew really didn't see the defensive back coming in there. Again, I want to see Drew saying, okay, I see it up there. I'm going to go get it, make something happen.
All right, 2nd and 10 from the 49. Almost false start, not called. Waswo a little out route to Riker Johnson. That one is a little bit outside of the reach there of the freshman, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 10.
Right now what you're seeing is you're seeing just a cover 2, 2 deep safeties. What you want to see there is, kind of have a decoy, sneak something into that soft spot in that zone and pick up big 10, 15-yard routes that with a chance to on the move to make somebody miss and go score.
All right, so 3rd and 10. Wildcats trying to get that score. Back to pass, Waswo. He's going to try to air it out to the right. Open is Westerhoff. And again, that's my number one rule. Don't ever let it touch your shoulder pads, ever. I don't care if you're running without the ball or not. Do not let it touch your pads.
Yeah,
you got to use your hands.
Get your hands out in front.
Catch with the hands.
Get the diamond out there.
Yeah.
Catch it with your hands and bring it in. And that time he let it get into his body, bounced off his pads, and wound up hitting the turf.
And Drew knows it. He's a fantastic receiver. Oh, he's done great work this season. He knows it. That would have been a big completion. So 4th and 10 from the 49. Wildcats back to pass. Pressure left side. Waswo is going to go across the middle, and that one is going to go into the hands of number 11. We've called his name Tate Campbell, and that will be a turnover of downs. And so with that, the Crusaders will take over at the Cashion 49-yard line.
Yeah, right here, just short of a miracle, short of a big turnover or something on this first play and maybe a score, scoop and score or something, or a pick six, it's going to be like I said, it's nothing short of a miracle before the Cashion Wildcats could maybe come back in this ball game. But I know these boys and the heart they have, they're not going to give up. They're going to keep bringing it 100% until that last whistle blows. 1st and 10
from the 49. Silas McGee, he'll go ahead and head it off to Gideon. And Gideon will spin around moving forward. And looks like we've got our hurt Cashion player. Grabbing the knee is
not good.
Is that Tommy Branson?
Yep.
Yeah. Looks like he's going to get some help from his man Caden Seeley. And that'll be a timeout for the Wildcats. Coach Shack will have to, he and Coach Wood will have to burn those three timeouts here and have to get this stop here to try to get the ball back if they want any chance. Partner, a lot of good in this game. And listen, I know the Crusaders are 2-5, but this is I would say a really good 2-5 team. They really are. They've got a lot of skill. They've shown it. They've been in close games this season. They actually had wins over the Oklahoma City Patriots as well as Mount St. Mary in 3A.
Yeah, and they were right there in the game with Crescent. They were right there in the game with Minko. I mean, they looked competitive against those two teams that are two of the top teams in the district. So the fact that these young Wildcats are out here competing with them and giving them a ball game is the silver lining in this one, I think.
Yep. All right, so with that, after that timeout, Wildcats back out on defense. Time-wise, 3:59 on the clock. Silas McGee in the backfield pistol formation offset with Gideon. He'll roll right. And guess who? Waltman, he's our leading tackler in the first half, absolutely scrapes through, and that's a quick timeout by Coach Wood. That's a huge stop there by the Wildcat defense. They'll bring up 3rd down and long. So with the clock stopped, did you know when Waltman had that kind of speed? Wow.
Hey, I was talking to Jeremy Branson, and he was like, I want to see Waltman line up in the backfield and just give that dude big bruiser, just let him try to run the ball. But, man, great job by Benson that time just to get through that front line, get back there and make a big tackle on a quarterback that's just kind of been having his way with the Cashion Wildcats today running the football. And like you said, living right, man, because there was a lot of times tonight where it was bad snaps and he got it and was just able to find a hole. And they're on that I kind of go back to that one play. It was like 4th and 2 or something like that. He turns to hand the ball off. Nobody's there. He's standing still for like 2 seconds and then turns and like, oh, I guess I'm going to have to run it. Picks up a first down, gets 10 yards. And that's just kind of that was kind of the theme of this ball game. Is like anything they did that it came out looking like roses, you know. And, man, like you said, there was a lot of good from the Cashion Wildcats tonight. Big pass plays, big run. You see in the run.
I love the defense. Defense has been good. The line's been good.
But, man, it's just they've had too many things good happen in their favor.
So a busted play as number 2 gets loose, and he's going to go in and score, and that'll do it for the Wildcats.
Yeah, and we kind of loaded up to stop the run there. They snuck that little tight end right by us, was able to get into the defensive back or the secondary and with nobody around and was able to make a move, get in the end zone.
So that was Brave Baker, the junior, getting in for the touchdown. On for the extra point will be number 22, Nathan Dinwiddie. So it's been the pass against the Cashion defense here in the second half that has hurt them. And so that extra point is good. And so Coach Franks and the Christian Heritage Private School Crusaders pumped up. Coach Franks over there getting some high fives. This is a big win for him.
Yeah, I mean, they know they've got a Watonga team coming up on their schedule that they think they can compete with and maybe come away with a victory. And they know, just like we did, if you won this ball game, you're setting yourself up for a playoff run. And whoever won this ball game was going to be sitting pretty with like I said, essentially a ticket punch to the playoffs. Yep. And whoever lost had a lot of work to do. And Cashion Wildcats aren't out of the running for the playoffs yet, but they've got Crescent, which they've had, they've had some big success this year. Hinton's had some success this year. And so the path to the playoffs has just gotten harder for the Cashion Wildcats. Yep. It's not out of the realm of possibility, but it is harder for the Cashion Wildcats to get there.
All right, so Wildcats about to receive. This is going to be their 13th possession. Wildcats, again, with 3 TDs, 2 rushing touchdowns by Waswell, and a touchdown reception by Max Higdon from Waswell that went 54 yards. So Wildcats do have 2 interceptions and a fumble. Those have been killers tonight. This time, Grayson Davis, the freshman, is back at the 10-yard line this time, a little bit safer spot to return. Looks like he's going to go ahead and catch that, and that will roll into the end zone. They'll have to call. That's exactly right. We'll have to call. And that's out of safety. I think it's a great rule here in high school anyways, as that one rolls. Even though Grayson Davis touched it, it still went across the goal line. So that'll be a touchback. And guess what? Wildcats on their 13th possession of the day have started at their own 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those 13 times on their own 20. So tough situation. A lot of those actually inside their own 17, their own 29, et cetera, and their own 35. So let's see what happens here. Again, down 34-18, down 2 scores, 3:42. Still 2-possession game. Anything's possible. Waswell back to pass. He's got an out and up. Nothing there. We got a holding, and he's going to flip that one out dangerously. It's caught by Westerhoff. Wow. Little Houdini. Waswell took a big hit.
Yeah, but they're going to call a hold. As he started to scramble, I think one of the linemen got a little handsy there, and they're going to call a hold there. Ethan did take a big shot after he threw the ball, but there was no late hit call there. But they will call holding on the Cashion Wildcats.
So that will mark it back. And not one holding call today against the Crusaders. I find that odd. High school football, you're talking about kids playing clean the entire game. So I believe that is the second holding call on the Wildcats tonight. That will move it back to the 9-yard line. Chris, I know I don't want to sound like sour grapes, but I just find it odd that any high school team can go an entire game and not have a holding call. When what is the saying, Chris? There's a holding on every play, and every play, yet we don't get one called. Hand off to Jones, big hole. Great job there by Timmy, cutting back, still on his feet. He gets it back to the front stick, and that'll make it second and manageable, clock running.
Yeah, and that time just another good hard run by Timmy. They're kind of playing soft, letting just making sure nothing gets behind them. But Timmy still running the ball hard, trying to pick up first downs.
Come back tunnel to Higdon. He catches that one on his fingertips. Moves forward, clock running. As Higdon runs into Westerhoff, right around Westerhoff, trying his best to block. I think he had 2 guys on him. Right at the 27, clock running, 2:53. Third down and manageable here. Timmy Jones to the right of Waswell. Waswell looking back to his left. Come back, not there. Steps up in the pocket, lets it go deep. And he had Westerhoff and Riker Johnson in the vicinity, but not a chance. And I'll bring up 4th down with the clock stop. Big down here for the Wildcats.
Yeah, 2 minutes, 40 seconds. You're going to have to, you think, let's just try to pick up a first down, but you run the ball, run the clock. You might as well try to get a big shot here down the field to score because you got to have time. But you don't pick up the first down, that's ball game. So kind of a decision here for Coach Shackelford to either just try to pick up the first down or go deep again.
All right, so empty set here for the Wildcats. They'll get an offsides as number 70. Don't have a name for him.
They're just kind of pinning his ears back and wanting to get in there and get a sack on 4th down, and jumps off sides, and they go ahead and take him out after he does jump off sides there.
So 3-4 look here. They've actually a 3-3 look, 3-3-5 look here with 5 DBs for the Crusaders. Empty set, 1st and 10 after the offsides. Come back inside to Riker Johnson. He takes a hit. Good catch there. Good concentration by the freshman. I like Riker getting into the mix. We were talking earlier in the game about maybe seeing a little bit more Riker Johnson. I know he's a little bit smaller, but the kid's probably one of the fastest kids on the team.
Yeah, very strong.
And it's got good hands, as you can see. So I think that's his second completion or a second reception of the game. Waspo empty set again. Back to pass. Looking to his right this time. He's coming back inside to Higdon on the curl. That's enough for the 1st down. Clock should stop. Just go ahead and stop the whistle. There we go. So right at the 47, Wildcats moving, 2:11 on the clock. And the Crusaders are fine with this. If, dink and dunk, they're okay with this.
Underneath, yeah.
Yeah, so they're going to allow this to happen. It's at least good to see the Wildcats at least catching the ball. Empty set again. Waspo back to pass, looking to his left, back to the middle. He's got a lot of guys. And Higdon kind of hand-fighting number 4. And that one right in the spot. I think if we'd have kept running, might have been able to have a chance on that one. Nonetheless, that'll be incomplete. 2nd down and 10 stops the clock. All right, so Austin Compton, that's Grayson Davis, Max Higdon here on the short side. Riker Johnson and Drew Westerhoff now up top. Empty set again here for the Wildcats. 5 wide, back to pass. Waspo comes back on the out. Don't catch it. Did he drop it? Good. Don't want that clock to run on that one. That would have been a 2-yard gain and probably would have lost 30 seconds.
Now right there, the kid's kind of jumping on Riker. Do a little stop and go right there. Do something down the field. We got to get down the field here. And, we were having success with those, 10-yard crossing or 10-yard comeback. Let's keep doing that. But like you said, that's kind of what they're wanting us to do. Just because you keep it inside the lines and the clock keeps ticking.
Waspo back to pass. Pressure steps up. Great job by Waspo eluding. Flips one out into, I think the nearest receiver was Austin Compton, and that'll bring up 4th down. I got to give Waspo credit. He had 2 guys right in on him from the get-go, stepped up and was looking for Compton. Probably should have, probably best off just to keep running, maybe get a few. But the incompletion does stop the clock, so that's good for the Wildcats. Timmy Jones comes in probably most likely for either a screen or a little protection here.
4th down.
Big 4th down play here. 2-by-2 for the Wildcats. And this will probably be it if the Wildcats do not convert. 149. Back to pass. It's going to be a screen, and they're going to get it. And that's could have been called a few times. The Wildcats finally get it called here as Waspo gets a late hit. Cheap shot there by number 51. That's Chase Graham, who basically 2-hand shoves him when he lets go. And they're going to call roughing the passer, which will be an automatic 1st down.
Yeah, the one that Ethan got up real slow earlier, I went back and watched it. Yeah, there was a guy coming low, and number 14 just comes in after he throws it and just hammers him. And, that right there is, you got to it was close, but – man, right there, that one was obvious. Come in, push after the ball is out of his hands by far. And the coach over there was letting number 51 have it, just letting him know you cannot do that in this situation.
So 1:44 on the clock, back to pass. Wildcats still with life. Waspo will step. Deep ball. And that one was intended for Westerhoff. I think if that was 1st quarter Westerhoff, he may have had a chance to run that one down. 4th quarter Westerhoff playing both ways. That's a tough scenario for him. So he'll and that's the whole deal. You run those go routes, and you got to come all the way back and run him again. Wildcats down 2 scores, 34-18, 139 on the clock, 2:10, 38 from the 38-yard line. Timmy Jones in the backfield, blitz. He'll get the handoff. He'll fumble the ball, and that'll be it. As Tim Jones gets that one knocked out of his hands. It wasn't a clean exchange from the get-go, and that'll be it. As the Wildcats will fall to 3-5 or 2-5 on the season. The Crusaders will move to 3-5, but most importantly, the Crusaders pick up a win in district play. They move to 1-3, and the Wildcats will fall to 1-2. And the road to the playoffs have become darker and more difficult here in the situation with Hinton and Crescent looming.
What is the tie break if we have an upset and we beat one of the teams?
It's
that
points.
maybe
I think it's points scored and allowed. So the fact that they got that last touchdown here is
a big deal.
A pretty big deal. Yeah. So, all right. So Chris, there's a lot of what ifs. We mentioned a lot of good things, a lot of things that this team can continue to work on. Some of those things that still, again, field position. We've talked about it all season. I don't know what you can do about it. I mean, get first downs. I don't know, get a ball with helium in it. I don't know, on kickoffs or whatever.
I don't know. I mean,
I'm not sure there's an answer there for that.
Yeah, and at what point do you say, like, all right, let's just focus on special teams. Let's win that this week.
Yeah.
Let's make that a point.
Well,
of
let me ask you this, Chris. So is this a point in time where the Wildcats maybe look at their offense and go, hey, you know what? We run the ball really well. Maybe we run a little, Hinton type, double wing. Maybe is that crazy to talk about changing the offensive, scheme? I mean, you've got Waswo can run it. You've got Caleb Duran. You've got Timmy Jones, obviously Westerhoff. So Wildcats going with some backups. I love seeing Hank Brown, freshman corner, checking in. As Gideon gets that one to, looks like, I'm shocked that they're running the ball. They could just take a knee here. I'm not sure if Coach Franks understands that. Mario Cristobal says hello. But I'm shocked that he ran the ball there. Absolutely floored. And so now they're going to use the play clock down to 16, game clock under a minute, and this will be it for the Wildcats. So Chris, again, I know it's crazy talk. You don't scrap the offense, but do you get to a place where you got DL coaching the offensive line and you got some strength there. There's some good things there. The run game has been very positive. Do you try to accentuate that and make that major part of your scheme?
Well, and that's the thing is, like, going forward, you're going to have these same kids out there next year, so do you change all that up and see if that works? And if it does, then you kind of know what to build on for next year. If it doesn't, then hey, we're going to have to go back to the game plan that we originally had.
Yeah.
But I just don't see Shaq scrapping everything that he's got.
I wouldn't say everything. I'm just throwing hypotheticals.
Yeah.
You talked about special teams,
and,
putting time. I was just thinking, what else can happen?
At the first of this year, that's kind of was my thought was, like, we may see an offense we have never seen in a long time from the Cashion Wildcats this year, and we really haven't. We've kind of seen the same kind of offense just with different players, and it's just we don't have the physical players that we've had in the past that can really go out and make these plays on this type of offense.
Yep.
And so, at what point do you try to change things up just to see what works? And but at the same time, you want to keep teaching these kids this scheme, this offense, if that's what you think is going to be most successful going forward in the next 2-3 years.
Yep. All right, so the Wildcats fall again to 2-5 on the season, 1-2 in district play. Wildcats will be on the road next week at Woodward, where they'll be taking on 4A Woodward, and I will not be there, guys. I will be on the road.
We'll try to get a broadcast.
We'll see what can happen with that. I'm not sure if we'll have a post game, but I will be leaving. I have to head off, but I want to thank all of you guys staying home, watching across the state, across the country.
Shut her down and get all of us get out here.
All right, let's do that. So for my man Maddox Gibson on the camera up top, my man Gage Beddick on the field cam, Jackson Drake doing a great job. Appreciate him producing for us. And for Chris, I'm Neiman Ababi. Appreciate you guys joining us here. It's a tough situation, but we're gonna stay faithful and keep working and see these young Wildcats continue to grow. So with that, go Cats and God bless.
For more than 100 years, Oklahoma Career Tech has been training skilled and dedicated individuals, giving clear career paths to over 90,000 graduates a year.